lane up here permanently. It's really hard for them to kick out the lifestealer.
Prepare for battle.
Mike, are you here? Oh my god, welcome back.
Enjoy, Dota. Enjoy. Versus Xtreme Gaming. I mean, this is basically the main event. This is what we were waiting for the whole time. Nothing to say saying for new, for NT, for ZZQ. Oh my goodness, based. For LGD. That's
For
what it's really all
LGD.
about.
That's true.
I think, I'm not gonna lie to you. There were a lot of different Reddit posts and, you know.
Hold up. We're gonna have a little meet up here. A little meet and greet in the triangle.
Oh, LGD meet and greet. Who wouldn't want that? Planet and Bach. These are some top tier players. Would love to get a little Saint Chipolosan leading the charge. But yeah, the level 1 is, I guess, technically pretty strong on both sides. They got some solid stuns, slows, you got the disruption. Kinda neat to stay out of each other's way to avoid any casualties.
Yeah, but Xtreme has like no real form of initiation. I have to hit a dead shot slow or just Naga walking up. But we'll take a bit of damage here, Flag and Riptide. They do get the rune though, so 3 runes for Team Tidebound.
Okay, I tapped in to this series a little bit later, so I'm still trying to work. Maybe you can refresh me a bit on what your kind of perspective is on the drafts that we have right here.
Tidebound's draft looks so clunky to me. Clunky. It looks like we're gonna like hit a timing and run you down, you know. But XG's draft, they look like they have really solid lanes. They can potentially take over. I would say even to the point where they can maybe even invade stacks. Are they not clunky? Lifestealer, Bristle.
You're just a bit worried about the lifestealer, right? Aren't you? Isn't that kind of where the clunkiness comes from? I kind of see what you mean though, because it feels like Tidebound have this one chance at trying to run into the fight, and then there's the song reset. Feels like there's so many different tools that XG have to disengage and reset and just make things a little bit uncomfortable for Tidebound. I am holding out hope for Tidebound though, because first and foremost, obviously, the LGD guys, right? And just now up against Titan, who are no schnuffs, they were honestly really, really terrifying.
I mean, Tidebound's just a very fast-paced team, but this draft doesn't look like it can go too fast, especially with the heroes on XG. I feel like they're gonna win all 3 lanes. And top should at least be 50-50 for the Mars. Not a very strong laner, especially with the Murta beside him. Stacking's probably gonna be the name of the game. Tidebound wants to just hit a timing and go, you know?
Yeah. What is that timing? Is it just armlet already, or you need like a second item? Something like that.
Armlet on Lifestealer, Blink Shaker, Bristle Eggs, ideally.
Okay.
Yeah, let's pick this Lifestealer so they have a lane to play in, I think. Because Bristle's gonna wanna farm, right, and recover.
Yeah, true. You just kind of start things going with the Earthshaker Blink Dagger, which, you know, I do think that there is a bit of fear, at least for me, for the Earthshaker, because especially early on, before you get something like a BKB or your Aghanims, you know, you jump in with the Blink, suddenly the Mars Arena comes out, there's a save with the SD, but like you mentioned, still very clunky. You're jumping into maybe something like the Calling, the Call Down, potential Song Reset. So much team fight on the side of Xtreme, actually.
He actually didn't go for Afterburner on Gyro, he went for the secondary strikes this game. I kind of like it. Gives them a bit more targeted team fight.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot more Gyros opt for this, especially recently. I think it's just the reliable damage versus the need to try and keep up with the Rocket Barrage.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying to get hit by a homing call down too as a support.
Okay, so I mean, Planet's on like the perfect position to start these stacks going, right? For Buck, so should have a pretty free lane on the Bristle. I don't think the Gyro and the Naga can actually do much to threaten him. He's just gonna be farming up a storm here.
I think so, but I feel like Naga's the one hero that he can kind of just send illusions to mess with your stacks. So I'm not sure if Pulse is gonna be doing that. We just see Planet heading over to jungle here. No illusions, so guess I'm wrong. Little stacky stack and secure rune for Earthshaker. Paulson is coming though. Nothing to say might be in, I won't say trouble, but Excel's just heading top. Ditched. There's 10 stick charges.
Try and help with the runes. Paulson should be okay. Just 3 stacks and only level 1.
He's fine.
Okay, so we talked a bit about what the Tidebound lineup is going to be looking like in terms of hitting some timings. What about Xtreme Gaming? Because you talk about, okay, first few items, Tidebound want to go. I kind of imagine that's going to be around the maybe 12 to 15 minute mark. XG seem like that's kind of their timing as well, right? Their ultimates are really strong, they have insane magic burst damage. Surely they can't be too sad about fighting around that period.
Yeah, I feel like Tidebound's draft wants to kind of tank up and reach a point where you can't like break our wall. You know what I mean? With the SD save, the Shaker Fisher, Ice Puff, everything behind. Probably some support items from Y coming out too. Or else you look at XG, they have a very we are gonna run you down after we win lanes kind of lineup. It's not that we can't scale, but we do have a lot of team fight. So I think it's a little bit more easier to execute, at least based on what I look at, but that's gonna come down to the laning phase too. If Shiro has a good time up here, you know, he's gonna stand up here and they don't really have heroes to kick out the lifestealer.
I'm just like looking at this lifestealer hero and it's not really one of the A tier carries in the meta, right? Sure, it's still pretty decent, but what do you think makes it such a good pick in this game?
It's a nice matchup against Gyro and Lina. You also have a pretty decent lane. I think they just wanted to enable their supports to move around. So Shiro gets to sit up here, hard hero to kick out. You kind of want something that wins against the Mars and can fight the Gyrocopter. I think that was the criteria of the pick.
Right.
It's also another backup for the Bristle, right? Like, I feel like this whole draft is centered around this Bristleback. It's like, oh, we have a save, we have Dissimulate, we have Infest. Like, can they actually kill my front line?
Less about, you know, Shiro on the lifestealer, not so much that it's particularly a good hero in this game or anything, but just it gives you that little bit of an oomph for Bart, who's going to be the real carry.
I think mid-game, yes. Late-game Shiro will definitely be a monster, but mid-game is definitely Bak's time to shine.
A PYW... So, it looked for a moment, as First Blood is drawn there, that Shiro was going to get his claws onto PYW, but he thinks twice about it and doubles back and just stops auto-attacking after a bit. So maybe just sensing that it's not really worth the continued effort. They end up getting the kill onto the Jakiro instead, so a bit awkward there. They will want to pick the fight, but they just don't have the gas in the tank to finish off that kill. 7 minutes. Nice time on the disruption. Realistically speaking, there's no way Pelosa ever gets that one.
What if you disrupt the wrong one?
Oh, yeah. No, that's true.
That was the
that's
way.
True. He could have done a little fat finger action. Of course, these are professional gamers. That's never gonna happen.
No, but what if you don't know which one's real?
You ever make a silly misclick like that, Adam? I'm sure it's happened, but anyone that stick out in your mind throughout your own career? Because I know, of course, you know, Alliance/Liquid Insania has that infamous gyro, you know, mispick, and then there's the Aegis deny and all that. Those are a bit more prolific. You ever had something of that level?
I'm sure I have, but I don't like recall. I mean, I was quite noob when I first joined. I'm sure I had like some Pipega moments.
He's moved on. He's moved on already. Just kind of. Some people don't just have that live rent-free in their head forever. I know I would if I had that kind of mistake.
I have a few rent-free moments. I remember I was playing CM in one of these games and I had 4 stuff, so the team was fighting around Roche Pit and they were like overextending, and I was like, I should 4 staff Roshan, break Lincoln, Frostbite before I freezing field, so he doesn't bash me. And I was like, It's
he's
fine.
kinda-
He won't bash me.
he
And then I
instantly
pressed
bashes
freezing
you.
field, and like after 1 second, I got bashed. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god! And this was like a good
Radiant's middle tower
years.
is
It's
under
good
attack.
6 years ago, and I still think about it until this day.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I get it. And while we
Dire's
were
bottom
sort of
tower is under
looking
attack.
away for a bit there, Xtreme Gaming do end up getting the duo
Oh
kill.
boy.
Laguna Blade onto Y. Nothing to say. Just kind of, honestly, a bit overzealous positioning there. It almost feels like they just didn't think XM was going to come by and zap their ass. That's exactly what happened. Tidebound also loses, like we were saying, Planet as well as Bristleback in the off lane. I think they were trying to make an attempt onto the gyrocopter, but the TPs come in quickly. They're not going to let their carry go down easily. And you take a look at the net worth. It kind of reflects the current game state. The cores on Xtreme all doing relatively well, and it's, funnily enough, nothing to say who's lagging a little bit behind on the net worth, which is probably going to change the second he has the Blink Dagger. But that's kind of why these supports are flanking his sides a bit.
That's so far away. You look at levels on supports. PNW is level 6. Y and
Yeah.
Planet are both level 3 and 4. I think Pulsar's pretty high level as well.
That's
Or,
with
yeah.
the Wisdom Rune too.
Oh wait, okay, Y hits 5 now, so it looks a bit more even. It's just PDIW 3-0 and 1. XM close to travels, that's probably when we'll see a bit more movement here. Maybe towards the bot lane so you can invade. See Gyro just taking a little peek here.
Oh,
Yeah,
big,
yoink,
big
oh,
stacks
secondary
being
strike.
stolen. The secondary strikes are coming into play there, just helping clear those stacks. Not much that the supports can do other than
Whistle's
look
here.
in misery. Nice
Oh,
block
nice
off.
block.
They've trapped XM. Ice
He has a
Pop as
shield
well,
rune,
but
though.
a nice net holding Bart back. A shield rune. Suddenly that kill doesn't look quite as viable. That could have been a lot worse for Xtreme Gaming, who had all the makings of a decent setup for Tidebound, but they're able to squirm their way right out of trouble.
Actually looking pretty solid in this early game. Winning pretty much all 3 lanes. I guess one's kind of 50-50, but... New up here, doing well against the last pick Lifestealer.
I think we talked briefly about the concept of this Mars hero in another cast, and it's kind of funny because with a Mars you always think, okay, arena cooldown's pretty low, you want to get active, you want to make action happen, but I remember you telling me it's a bit of a slower hero, right? He can't really get anything done, or you don't really want to leave until you blink. So he's just kind of up here, not really involved with any of the other festivities happening on the map, while, you know, the team's still trying to make things happen.
You want to connect to fights that you can, especially in the mid lane and near your safe lane tower. But to actually like go smoke, it's really difficult. Shiro, is he aware of this? XM solo smoked with the Boots of Travel.
That's the reveal.
Yeah, it's just out of there.
Smells that something is up. Smells you know, you can smell the smoke from here. He's like, damn, what is that? Is somebody cooking? What's going on? He just retreats back to his safety of his tower. I feel like this is something that can, at least for me, I'm watching Shiro play and I'm just like, damn, I could have totally fallen for that trap, right? Because when you're 1v1ing someone for an extended period of time, you kind of like zone in and you just forget that anyone else exists. So good awareness there from the Lifestealer.
Yeah, look at his Naga illusions. Pozen just doing a really good job. He's actually really good at this. He does this when he plays Naga and Ench. Just so much focus on clearing blocking the stacks. And if you look at Tidebound's heroes, they don't really have illusion clear on support. So if you go stack and 2 Naga illusions come in, you actually can't really stop him from blocking.
Okay, I'm embarrassed to admit this, but I don't know this interaction. So, if a camp is empty and a Naga illusion runs in there, but you use disruption on the Naga illusion right as the camp is about to spawn,
Yeah, it spawns.
it spawns, right? Because they're basically banished from existence.
Yeah, correct.
So I guess that's your only option if they only send 1 Naga illusion and Peloson is a little sloppy with it. Yeah, but other than that, it's so sad having to use a disruption like that, but you do what you have to.
Yeah, I remember there was something before that with the Kunga Torrent that you can stack infinitely. Because when they are at the peak of the torrent, like right at the top, it doesn't count as
Oh
the
yeah,
unit
yeah, I
is
know,
in the
because
box.
they're too high up in the sky that the game doesn't think they exist anymore.
Yeah, it works with like Impale and stuff too. It's so hard
Oh,
to do though,
that's so
but
funny.
some
Yeah,
I
the
remember,
timing has to be perfect, basically.
yeah, correct. We'll see a smoke coming out. SD level 6.
Blink dagger.
They
That's
catch
a
a
reveal.
glimpse of Paulson here.
I mean, Colossus is kind of bringing them all the way over to the bot lane. They'd love to get the juicier target and low. Even with that fortuitous mirror image.
Ooh.
I
feel like he's-
he lives here, right?
Oh, he can.
Keep
Song
it
has
out.
a little heal. He's setting up for a team too.
Oh,
big
arena
arena.
in. That's the new blink reveal as well. Nothing to say. We talked about this. Once you blinked in, do you really have the gas in the tank to finish the job? Turns out not. They take down the Shadow Demon as well as the Earthshaker. Sure, they get the initial kill onto Peloson, but I don't know whether it's worth it. Now, Bach being dead shot back into
XM's
play.
here.
XM has joined the fight, and now Laguna into the back. It doesn't even matter. Triple kill now for Low, and that is a perfect blink reveal for the Mars.
Under attack.
I think nothing to say was being a bit too greedy, trying to save the echo there. Paulson a little too tanky, gets the song off just in time for New to set up his circle of spells. Arena calling looks so OP before BKBs come out. So, painful smoke and blink reveal for Tidebound with PRW. Oh, no one saw that.
That's unfortunate.
You're talking about pro players and spells.
Yo, relax. Yeah, he was getting silent. He was trying his best, man. What the hell? You know, you
happens
guys
to the
might
best
not
of us.
realize this because Adam, you know, sounds so peaceful and gentle when he speaks. But this dude's got jabs. This dude's got like a bit of sass to him. You don't pay attention. You just get
I
like
flame
low-key
for fun.
ripped into a little bit.
There's probably just spamming the uphill to get the disruption. If
Yeah.
it ever fogged, then probably had double tap on or something.
Yeah, we've all been there. Understandable. Aghanim's almost there from the bristleback. Just a couple of components away.
It's like a smoke. I'm not sure if the ward caught New here. There are pings on the ward. Tidebound. How will they respond to this? Looks like Y wants to kind of run into them. They will find Planet. Planet.
Okay.
He's dead.
Yeah, that should reveal the ward on the high ground though. So a smoke, a
Dire's
blink
middle
reveal,
tower is under
not a
attack.
blink reveal. They already know about the blink, but the smoke pop, I guess, and the ward reveal.
Dire's top tower
Convert this to
is under
suppression in the
attack.
top lane. They are hunting hard for Shiro here. 8-1. It's a 3k gold lead. A lot of these early fights going the way of Xtreme. Tidebound just can't seem to keep up right now. They're still waiting on that timing for their bristleback to try and join and bail them out of this situation because it just doesn't seem like they have the firepower without him at the moment.
He's kind of playing for the Bristle Eggs. Probably Radiance as well, but has the Aghanims now. They do have to be careful on XG about going on this Bristle. Little bit of miscalculation and the teamfight can just turn. Obviously they have the reset with the song, but just gotta be a bit aware of Bak when he's in the front. Smoke.
Yeah.
Many pings come out. Nice ward
Nice,
from Paulson.
Ability.
In between the tier 1 and tier 2, right there, catches exactly what Tidebound are looking to do, and immediately you see the positioning from Xtreme Gaming adjusts accordingly.
Look at this Naga. He's gonna find Planet.
Oh, this Naga is so annoying. They might find low though, but he just narrowly misses the hunting party. Oh, they're gonna... Oh, hang on.
Radiant
TP's
tier
coming out mid lane. Something's
Yeah,
happening.
they're trying to respond. Echo Slam, but the song already comes out. Peloson with the timing stops the initiation and bails out the Lina. He'll get back to safety as well. That was very nicely executed. And they can go again the second they regroup.
Radiant's bottom
3
tower
cores of
is under
Tidebound
attack.
brought into the mid lane to try and get some action going, to find nothing for now.
Not too bad, Song down. Bak looks like he wants to pressure mid now, knowing that they don't have Song. XG will probably just dodge. Nothing to say. Setting up in the bot lane too, so bit of a multi-pronged move. Oh, his Naga illusions look so frustrating to play against. They want to go on Bak. New misses again.
You mentioned they gotta watch how they approach this bristleback. One misstep A nice little SD save, and he might just turn around and rip someone to shreds. Shiro disinfests and
My
finishes
tower.
off the tower. My tower. That's all 80 rune. He is finishing that Radiance. I guess, you know, damage over time in the fight because you're not going to be a prime target. Got a lot of staying power.
They are gonna hit a pretty nice timing Radiant soon. Nothing to say. Not sure if he'll go for BKB instead of X first. I feel like this might be one of those games where you do want that just because of the song and the Mars. Another hero to kind of keep out of the song with the lifestealer. I also wanted to talk about Lou's item build. He actually went for Dragonlance Yasha. Not something you see.
Yeah. There's... what is the intention there behind it? Okay, nothing to say, getting caught. This is kind of what I was scared about with the Earthshaker, because if you go for that early blink again, the second you use it, New and PYW can be all over you, and that's exactly what we see here. Allowing XM to scale up a bit more, a lot of farming potential on this Lina. With the Aghanims closing in as well, get this tier 1 tower. But yeah, talk me through the Dragonlance situation. I mean, I know this isn't necessarily a common gyro build, but is there any application for it this game? I mean, he's not even queuing up the Hurricane Pike anytime soon.
He just wants to be able to battle and connect, I think. Dragonlance stats, Yasha just move speed, probably wants SNY there. Going into the BKB next. So commonly you see like a Crystallis Aga into BKB, but this game he chooses to go for a bit more of a I can fight way earlier, I'm not going to AFK farm kind of build. Pretty early BKB too, 20 minutes in. Just trying to have good interactions with Tidebound's timing.
Yeah, battle copter, I guess. He wants to make sure that he's ready and not just kind of a little bit of a weak point for the team. Certainly isn't top of the net worth putting all of that towards items that can help him. Shard for Jakiro attained.
I'm sure
that's one of the nice parts about
get it.
Yeah, but it's kind of nice that Bristleback can just basically solo it the second 20 minutes rolls around. Don't really have that kind of privilege on Xtreme Gaming. I don't think they're too fussed about it. Maybe bring 1 or 2 cores over. Now I will say that, you know, Gyro, I know this is crazy to say because he is already top of the net worth, but I think obviously forgoing the Aghanim Scepter and the Crystallis and the standard build up does cut your farming speed by a little bit. I do imagine if he went for a bit more of a greedy build, he might be maybe 3-4k net worth ahead here, but it's all about what the team needs for now.
Yeah, the Yasha kind of makes up for it, right? Because he's really fast moving around these camps.
Fair.
I like what he's doing here. So he has SNY and Silver Edge queued up. So not just blindly playing the game, but he knows that they need something to kill Bristle at some point. And Silver Edge, no one can buy it, so he's going for it. He's playing against Earthshaker and Purge, so SNY queued up too. These items just make sense, you know? They all have a purpose.
Yeah. A very clear adaptation
Okay,
from Lu.
really
Planet.
deep.
Getting caught out. Former teammates against each other. Planet, don't think he's gonna survive that one. Meanwhile, nothing to say, caught by PYW and XM. Just somehow that kill still goes to Lu because of the flat cannon. And it just feels like Xtreme Gaming are all over it. This was supposed to be their timing, Tidebound, but it feels like it just has never started. 11-1 and 5k gold lead. You know, we were promised, or at least I was hoping for a more even series, and I had high hopes because Tidebound, they came out of their series against Titan looking monstrous, right? They were swinging super hard. But maybe the Xtreme Gaming gap is just a bit too wide, at least it seems that way in this game number 1.
I mean, they seem really on form. Just realizing that they saw Shiro TP out, right, with Rage and immediate smoke. Super daring to dive Atos onto nothing to say as well, so not worried about combination. They also have Song if there is really something goes wrong. Playing with confidence, XG, believing in their calls. Pretty fast as well. Tidebound, they seem a bit headless right now. Looks like everyone's just farming it up.
I kind of feel like they had a bit too much emphasis on the Earthshaker needing to be the one to make things happen, because you look at Bristleback and Lifestealer, these aren't really heroes that can start much on their own. Same thing for the supports, right? It's not like your Jakiro and Shadow Demon's gonna be the ones running around and maybe setting up for a kill. You need that Shaker. And because of how the laning stage went, he is bottom net worth of the course right now and continuing to struggle on by.
It all goes back to that bottom play, the triple kill for PYW. Nothing to say, his first dagger reveal, and just ever since that, it feels like they've been on this farming back foot. Nothing to say, almost at the eggs, but I'm not sure how much life is really gonna change for him before he gets the BKB.
Yeah, because, I mean, the way that he's died so far is he jumps in the first time, they counter-initiate, and within that short period, he ends up going down anyway. It seems like XM's eyes are purely on this Shaker, and Xtreme's eyes are on this Roshan. They are just heading in, because why not? Who's gonna stop them? And yeah, I mean, this is gonna be the second life of the Gyro. Ready to start pushing down some of these tier 2s. Things all going Xtreme right now.
It's also really hard to cast spells, right? Like even if he has this X, you can't. You're gonna get song like counter initiated if you go in. There's also calling that you kind of have to fight into. It's really not easy to play. So let's see if Buck and Shiro can kind of pick up the slack here.
Radiant's top tower
Close
is
to
under
BKB.
attack.
Gonna be a very solid double front line soon.
I just gotta ask though, like when you say pick up the slack, what does that, how does that even look like in this game? Because right now, to me at least, it doesn't feel like Shiro or Bart can necessarily make any plays. It's just about trying to keep up in farm, and a lot of their map is being taken away from them. What exactly do you think Tidebound should be trying to do here? Do they dodge? Do they try and catch single targets out? What's the plan?
I think it's more like Shaker is not fight ready, but Bristle and Lifestealer are. So
Right.
not really run at heroes, but at least protect a certain part of your map farm more aggressively when you're able. And I think like until Shaker is real.
Yeah, look, fight ready is one thing, being caught out is another. PYW and New have been all over the Tidebound lineup. And I'm gonna keep things rolling here. Just like that. There isn't really much of a fight when you just insta-die like that at the start.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This game's slipping away real fast for Team Tidebound.
To the high ground they go.
Dire's bottom tower
Is an Echo Slam available, of which I'm sure Xtreme Gaming are very wary about, but only showing 2 on the front lines. But will start to approach. Just keep him stunned up. Throw spells
God,
on
he's
him,
dead.
and he is just dead. Couldn't get in range for the disruption on the Shadow Demon, and the 2 fight-ready fellas are dead.
Now Lifestealer's up, so really awkward. They're definitely gonna lose a lane here. It's just so hard to go in, like you can't really commit, like sure Echo Slam, but then Song comes out or the calling comes out and there's no like follow-up. See nothing.
This is with them with an AD rune as well, right? So you can tell nothing to say, probably itching to try and find some sort of an opportunity, but just it's not a good time. And after bleeding out those few kills, Tidebound, they just lose a Rex for what feels like for free. They just all chat that damn. Oh, and XM with the response.
Does he have Shard on Lena?
Not too sure actually. I know he has the
Checky
X, but I don't know whether he bought the shard by himself.
The Shard on Lena actually makes you do so much more damage, especially against these tanky heroes, the Bristle, the Shaker. You really just want the Shard. Yeah, he does have it. Okay.
I guess he just purchased it for himself.
He's the Lena expert.
True.
303, close to a hex actually. About 1k goal and a half away.
I kind of like this. I won't say an adaptation, but a slight adjustment, right? Because I think these days we see so many Lenas go for that solo kill, Shadow Blade, hunt you down on the map build. But that's not really needed because Tidebound, they aren't going anywhere on the map right now. And Xtreme Gaming, trying to push that high ground, all they need is just some supporting firepower from the Lina. And that's what they get, right? The spells really chunking through Bark in that initiation.
This is the fight. Paulson gets down a nice ward.
Oh, did they catch a glimpse of that gyro flat cannon?
It's the
Going for the
wraparound.
big wraparound. Infest
Well,
up, this could be
Paulson-
good. Polosan on the back line, that's a good first target again, but the instant blink, he saw the ward. And Echo Slam onto the new Song
He's gonna go
with
down.
BKB and the arena, he's able to walk it off. This is not looking too hot anymore. Laguna Blade onto the back line. And now caught up in the arena. Things are looking awkward for Tidebound, they can't really stick on any target. They're just scrambling forward, looking for just about anything they can find. But XG have full vision and idea about where they are. Blink back out, back to safety again. Peloson, they got nothing to say. And PYW will just gun him down. He needs to jump away, managing to make it to the high ground. There's a rocket on his tail, but he should be fine. BKB popped by Shiro. They take down XM though. Bak able to find the Lina. So as the dust settles, ends up being pretty okay. Tidebound, they find their mark even though it takes them a little bit of clawing and grabbing. And they still survive on all their heroes, so not too bad of a fight.
I feel like I watched nothing happen and Tidebound almost died, and then I looked at the scoreboard and XG had 3 heroes dead.
Yeah, I think that's just the Bak effect, right? They're running away from the lifestealer, there's so much space being made. They try and full on nothing to say Shaker, but... And then suddenly the bristleback is the Lina on him, and it's turned back the other way.
Yeah, XG with the Aegis losing a fight. Very nice wraparound. I thought the fight was gonna go very, very much in favor of XG once Paulson had the blink out, but
yeah,
I think Say able to cast all his spells before a song come out, and Shiro just kind of finished off New.
Yeah, I guess because, you know, at the start of that, even though New does survive, he's so low to the point that he can't really rejoin the fight, and that's a large part of your front line. I didn't really see where Lu was at as well, but I think he was just spending most of that fight on the run. Shard does go over to the way of the Muerta. So a little bit of additional scaling there on the Pierce the Veil.
Lu actually goes for a Butterfly instead of Silver Edge, seeing that PW is the one who's gonna get the Silver Edge. I like this a bit more. I think it lets him play the front a bit more, which is kind of what they lack.
Yeah.
This Butterfly Satanic.
Echo Slam, they found XM again, and the Ice Path right down the middle finds 2. Tidebound, they're not ready to keel over just yet. It was a tough early start, but they are finding their way back into this game slowly but surely. Things can start snowballing real quick if they can keep this ball rolling.
The swing of momentum looking really scary for XG right now. This Gyro versus Lifestealer is not some really strong matchup. And XM we've seen how fast he dies. If they see him, he is dead.
Yeah.
Choosing to go for a very offensive build with this Aether Lance Hex. Needs to play the backline, but Tidebound just 2 fights in a row. Don't call a second one a fight, but just really good positioning, finding the key targets.
I think Xtreme Gaming, it seems a bit more straightforward when they have that front to back, right? When they are pushing high ground and they can show whoever they want to show. Peloson's hiding in the back line. But if Tidebound can find a way to cut through that, throw things into disarray and break the formation, then we've seen what happens. They don't actually have the focused damage to deal with Bak, who can single out a target and start seeing red. It's not a good sign. So we'll see whether Xtreme Gaming, I think, still very much in a advantageous position. Maybe they just need to wait for that next Roche to try and attempt again, but surely Tidebound won't let that go for free.
I feel like Tidebound's in the driver's seat right now. Once this BKB on Shaker and Bak comes out, they have this triple BKB timing. Shiro almost had a basher too, so any initiation is a kill.
Oh, look at that drop off. I mean, Dota Plus doesn't necessarily agree that Tidebound are out of the woods yet, but definitely the chances increasing rapidly for them as time goes. The net worth at least evening out a bit more.
I am older than Dota Plus, okay?
That's fair. That's fair. What exactly does that mean? Does
that
mean
sounds
you know
sad.
better?
That sounds sad, actually. It's okay, Dota Plus is right. Listen to Dota Plus. Just really kind of feel the fall off of New with all these BKBs coming out.
Yeah.
Can't really
That's a classic
frontline
Mars
as well.
experience, right?
Yeah, but PYW is the one kind of scaling more into this game, right? Mars is control, PYW is the damage. Little balance in net worth there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Dagger for why. I like this more. He had the X queued up, but he buys Blink. So I think Tidebound understand all they need to do is reach heroes, and heroes will die.
That's kind of been the trouble so far, right? They've been dodged. Oh, onto an illusion.
They see the illusion spawn.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, did they cast a spell? I didn't catch it.
No, so they ensnared what they thought was a shadow demon, but it was an illusion that was set up there as a bait. So Nicely done, honestly, from Planet to just kind of leave that hanging and capitalize. Just, you know, Pelosin probably reacted faster than his brain could tell him, hang on, my smoke's not broken.
If you react faster than your brain, are you fast or are you stupid?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. Maybe the muscle memory just kicks in before you can stop it.
Okay, this
Which
is
shows sign of practice, right? I don't think it's that bad.
It's true, just muscle memory. It means you practice a lot.
Exactly. Shout out Pelosa for practicing. Unfortunately, it works against him this time. Tier 1 tower. Dropping low.
Shiro ditches the basher idea and goes straight for MKB. I like this because now, even with Satanic, he actually cannot man fight this lifestealer.
Yeah.
And also something to keep in mind, this is a agonimless Satanic, so there's no like extra lifesteal from side gunner, right? He needs to hit.
See whether he can get that off, as now with Roche on the brink of respawning, Tidebound set out for a dangerous journey near the pit.
Can we get a little bit of a
scan
buyback
comes out.
check here?
Heard of Athos come out, but again, it's just an illusion bait. PYW.
That was why broke his smoke, but he blinked out. Dagger saving his life.
Radiant
done.
are scanning.
They see the Jakiro. They don't know the
there's-
rest of Tidebound are wrapping around. Echo Slam, it's a
big
huge
Echo.
one! They found PYW and forcing BKB on the mask. Backing up for now. Low, can he really man-fight this lifestealer with the MKB? Starting to swipe into him. Arena comes up, but the BKBs are out. Barkin nothing to say. This is the timing that you were waiting for. And Mars, he will go down to the bristleback. Things are slipping away now
Gyro's
for
in
Xtreme
trouble.
Gaming. The Gyro in big trouble. Sure, you went for a battlecopter build, but can you really fight against this? The answer is no. Slam shut. And nice preparation from Tidebound with that wraparound, everything coming together there.
Tower is under attack.
Nice. Teamfight looks impossible. As long as Timebound get the jump, the fight looks so difficult for XG right now.
Yeah,
They reached
nothing to
the
say.
point. Yes, the tanky boys are tanking.
Yeah, and it's exactly what you mentioned. That fight looks like there's a chance for Xtreme Gaming to turn and then bark and nothing to say. Just press those handy little BKBs. The chance evaporates just like smoke. It makes you think maybe that slight misstep in the top lane that just gave them a bit more time. Losing that Rex wasn't so bad after all, but getting caught out on XM maybe a few too many times at this point, and now the Age is gonna fall into the hands of the Lifestealer, making him even more difficult to deal with. Who's gonna kill him at this point?
Shiro also very heads up to buy this Lincoln, just knows that if he doesn't get hexed, he kinda can't die. Allows him to play a map. I like his item build a lot.
Yeah.
Feels like he's addressing what he needs to in the game.
This was the same compliment that we were giving to this Gyrocopter, but it just doesn't feel like it's enough right now.
Tidebound, showing why they were at the top of China at some point.
Might just be at the top of China still with this type of
Radiant's top
performance.
tower is under attack.
At one point, they were like
Radiant's top tower is
11 to 1, like full 5k gold lead behind in the early stages of the game, but the grit to kind of stick on for their timings and play it out to this point.
PYW
Very, very cool.
sees Bark, but
Nah, Bark knows what's up.
no cigar.
Big hat check on the bristleback. My goodness. Got a little wobbling stack. Oh, look at that. Jakiro gets hats on both heads, man. That's adorable.
He should get half a head.
Alright, that's so cruel, let's say.
Why?
That's hat inflation, actually, if he
But
just
that's
kind of
fair
passes.
to his team.
It just makes a second hat out of nothing. It's like multicast.
You know, if SD has more heads than you and then he disrupts you, your illusion has more heads. Because it follows.
Wait, so the
SD.
hats are based off the SD hats?
Yeah, correct.
Wait, why do you know this?
Because at some point he disrupted Polosun and they all had different amount of heads.
Oh, right. You're the hat checker. I didn't know. Okay. Okay. Inspecting their
Observation.
wares. 3k gold lead now. Things swinging over. The tides have turned and looks like Tidebound. Very much in a commanding position. I think it was still iffy before, but there's no question about it now.
3 minutes on Aegis. See what Tidebound choose to do here. Meanwhile for XG, it's a very simple game. Run away from Tidebound. Try to get as much as you can. They know they can't fight into this Aegis right now. Gyro needs more items. MKB being queued up.
Is that sort of the turning point that you're hoping for the gyro? That MKB is that going to be enough to try and save
I
them
think
from
as
this
this game goes on and XG actually reach like 6 slot if they can on Huerta, Mars, and Lina, this game is very winnable for them. The E-Blades, the damage from Huerta, the refresher hex on Mars, all these items are going to be a huge deal, but I'm not sure if Tidebound is going to give you that opportunity. Double hex already, sorry, double Lincoln's already pretty much done for Lifestealer and nothing to say.
I mean, the only thing for now is just that they haven't really pushed the issue up until this point of Shiro smacking down that tier 2. Instead of quite a bit of towers to get through.
Just trying to play the map, extend their goal lead. They are looking to catch, nothing to say. Setting up top, you will see XM possibly.
Lag. Did he just flame? Okay, so he just flame cloaks over to a safer part of that top lane. They will see. So what's gonna happen right now is XM's gonna clock himself up towards that cliff just for safety, and probably cast spells on the wave, right? We're seeing this Earthshaker as well as the Shadow Demon seem to have an idea that Lina's in the area, but I don't think they actually have enough damage, just the two of them, to burst her down. So they need a little bit more backup.
Yeah, he's fine. Nothing to say. Was like right above him earlier. They're both like maybe 500 units away, but Fog of War. Once Lina gets to the top side, he has a ward too, so no way he dies up here. XG just doing a really good job of splitting the map. See Paulson sending illusions to mid, cutting bottom. Lina and Mars are top, farming under their own observer ward. So no leakages so far.
We'll see whether that continues to be the case. Bit of time wasted. Tidebound. Love to get a kill and keep this advantage and push going. Now, nothing to say does have a gem. I think they probably picked this up in tandem with that Aegis timing to try and exert their lead.
Dire's top tower is under
Look at the angle he took too. Just didn't want to run over the observer ward. Very aware. You know, players are locked in when they think of these kind of things.
Yeah. Nothing to say. That's my Malaysian goat right there.
New. Staying longer. It's like, no, I need gold.
Few things more satisfying than the MKB auto attack sound, I'll tell you that much.
That's so dataless. Crits sound great.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know how they made that sound. Like it's hollow, almost like it's shouting at you a little bit here.
It's like a arrow whooshing pass, but better.
That's true.
1 minute.
I'm not even a carry player. I still think that those are sort of...
Sometimes I buy Daedalus on +5 just to hear the sound.
What do you say? Sorry, what?
Nah, I ain't that bad.
I mean, it's not entirely bad. Like if you're playing +4, your PYW, you get like something like a Daedalus. He's going for MKB himself. I mean, he did get the shot pretty early on, so that there is that degree of scaling on the Muerta that we've come to sort of expect from this hero in the position 4.
Yeah, I think they itemized really well on XG so far. Everyone's like kind of split duty. Lina has Hex, so Mars instead of doubling a Hex goes for a Lincoln's now.
I remember when the facets first came out and then this Corpse Eater was so disgusting because it was 2 HP per unit. You run around in Lifestealer at 4k HP at like the 30-minute mark. It was so basically impossible to deal with.
The one thing I find fun about it is like if I lane against Lifestealer, I get to check his CS, you know.
That's true. That's true. You know how many last hits he's even if he's having a good lane, apparently, if he's missing these last hits, it's like haha L. I mean, you're laughing if he misses last hits, but every last hit he does get gives him HP, and then you know.
Radiant are scanning.
So who's really winning?
Game's been a farm fest. XG, they look like they want to group up now, hold the high ground. They know the Aegis is over. I'm still not sure if they can take a fight though. They would really need to just burst down Shiro without Planet getting a disruption save or anything interrupting actually.
Yeah.
I
will say that this Lina performance so far has been a bit more codependent than a lot of other Linas that we've seen. I feel like every single time I see Lina in these games, it's just roaming the map by herself, you know, getting those kills, and just randomly you'll just see, oh, Lina got a kill on the map. Okay, looks like she found someone, right? Not a lot of that happening this game. Maybe just a byproduct of the position Xtreme Gaming find themselves in, where they're uncomfortable going out on the map by themselves, but imagine you run into any of the supports, it's just an easy zap and kill.
I think props to Tidebound as well. They've been running around in pairs, pushing lanes very smartly. It's not easy, like for us, we see everything. We don't see these like Naga illusions constantly shoving and constantly scouting out everyone.
Yeah.
Also doing a real good job. Tidebound look like they want to take back this area.
Oh, they found low, connect on the gyro. Where's the save? Where's the help? Satanic and BKB for now. And the song coming through. It's a 1v1 duel. BKB's pop. Nothing to say on the high ground as well. Okay, Low needs help. Low needs somebody. They're just running through and punching down the gyro. They will be able to finish him off. Peloson tried his best with the song to bail out his carry, but no cigar. As Tidebound, they do end up losing Shiro for it though. PYW guns him down along with the help of XM.
He's on an observer ward.
Nothing to say. Jumps back onto Pelosa and finishes off the Naga. The Laguna does take down the Jakiro though. This is kind of the problem, funnily enough, with the Bristleback, who was at the front of that fight but just couldn't really connect on any heroes. They've just completely ignored him and somehow come out of that fight fine.
Yeah, that's very nicely done. All the Murta does so much damage. Pierce the Veil, level 3. Nice lockdown by New onto Shiro. Just couldn't get up. Not sure if he had no rage or he used both BKB and rage. Blue item build paying off. Just tank through all of that with the Satanic. Again, no Aghanim, so no extra lifesteal.
The way that fight started, the positioning on the rest of Xtreme was a bit awkward as well, right? Like Peloson, you could tell he didn't want to get too close, if not he'll just be another casualty. But New was slightly further up than he would like to respond to that. And PYW and Lina were off to the side, you know. You can't imagine how much better the fight would have actually gone for them if they were completely ready for that jump.
Yeah, Bristle wasn't there. Otherwise, like they were kind of separated, right? The song came out from Paulson, so it was really only the lifestealer chonking into the gyro after a while, allowing Lu to live for so long. But I don't really like this Eternal Shroud. I feel like he's strong enough to go like some AC or Basher. It's also level 25 soon. That is so strong, right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It feels like Bart's main problem this game has been getting his hands on these heroes and holding them in place to beat the shit out of them. It's not really about survivability.
Yeah, I feel like they need to just target this Murta. This gyro is... I don't feel like this gyro will carry the fights. I feel like if Gyro's alive, he dies anyway. I think he's the tank, and XM and New and PYW are the targets here.
Yeah. We can start the fight and eliminate the Mars like we saw in that earlier top fight. There's a lot of control and frontlining that gets taken away from Xtreme Gaming.
We are hitting that point in the game where 25 come out, so you'll see Bristleback's damage start to double now.
Yeah.
Nothing to say also. I wonder what talent he went for. Probably the Enchant Totem cooldown.
It has to be, right? I feel like that's the default.
Standard, the SOP.
That's true.
No, he went for Echo Slam cooldown, okay.
Hello?
He has Refresher too. I don't think this is normal, but...
No, I don't think this is normal either, but I guess he, you know... That is so interesting.
Really
55 seconds on the Echo Slam. I guess it's played such a big part in their initiation so far that he just wants to make sure he's never caught without it. That's pretty cool, honestly.
But
and I think that
Refresher doesn't matter.
Yeah, right? Like, you know, this would make a bit more sense if you went for something like an Octarine. But I don't know. I know better than to question Mr. Nothing to say here.
Could be a misclick, you know, maybe we're overreading into this. But I feel like as much as you're right, it is important, but how much does it actually change the fight, you know? This 55-second cooldown?
As this fight might just decide the game. Lu on the front lines again, the only one presenting himself. It's a duel between him and Bart. Two former
break smoke
members
XM.
up against each
Oh
other.
my
XM
God.
on the side. New gets a connection. Nothing to say though. Echo Slams on the PYW. They found the target that they're looking for and they double Echo Slam PYW. The full focus out onto the Muerta. It's like what you said. Now Lu in some trouble. Can they save him? BKB from the gyro and Satanic up, TPing out. The full disengage is there from Xtreme Gaming and they will be able to bail everyone else out. But that just means this Roche just gotta be forfeit as soon as it comes up in just about 2 seconds. Oh, it's a shame they stepped out of the pit right when it spawns. Surely they'll double back in there and just grab it, but...
Nothing says on the way.
Yeah, without PYW, there's no way
it.
Xtreme can take a fight, right?
Yeah, he is so much of that, right? I would say he's in fact 70% of their damage. Just a single target damage deal for, and Tidebound realized this, right? Like nothing to say, just double echo slammed him.
Yeah, literally, the full commit. Now, the buyback on the Muerta looking to reconnect with the rest of the team for the fight. They know they can't afford to give this Aegis over willy-nilly.
New.
Some resources already used, nothing to say. Finds the instant connection, and there's a buyback on the mask, but that is an awkward way to start the fight. Alright, trying to run forward with the Hexes. XM.
Disruption.
Nice disruption save from Planet, bailing out the Earthshaker, allowing him to jump back away. The secondary strikes giving them some vision now. Xtreme Gaming need to be very careful about how they approach this fight. PYW might just die back here, forced to pop the Pierce the Veil, but being hunted down now in a very awkward position with not enough move speed to get out of this situation. PYW, it looks like it might just be a dieback. Nice Shadow Blade into the tree line, but still going to get chased down. And PYW ends up dying back. Meanwhile, Dark on the front lines, pressuring down XM. And how the tables have turned. Tidebound. They claw their way all the way back from such a disadvantageous start, going 1 racks down, 1 to 13 at some point. And now they're the ones taking this very crucial Roshan.
And we saw it, the Echo Slam, nothing to say. Made me eat my words. They probably thought it was on cooldown, but New walks in and it just goes kaboom.
Yeah, you gotta... I mean, they kind of walked in very brazenly there. Almost felt like they were just desperate to make sure they were there in time. They were there in time, alright, ready to eat an Echo Slam. And yeah, the cooldown talent is kind of... It's kind of boss, I'm not gonna lie.
Right
Yeah, like we look like fools for even questioning it. He just has that slam ready. It's a bit of crucial damage for finishing off the Muerta as well, twice now.
Who got the eggs? Was it Shiro? I didn't see who ate the eggs.
Yeah, me neither.
Can we
I would
get a
assume
little
so, because I don't think
sector
Shiro's
check
buying the eggs by himself. I know that Jakiro had his own eggs already.
Oh, he does have it. Okay, so more problems for the Battlecopter. Not only him, it's for everyone, even the Muerta, right? Like, it's hard to kill Rester now. You kind of stop all his damage.
Rather wasted time on the Pierce the Veil as well.
Oh, nice Fisher, he's stuck.
Okay, well, he's just gone. He's just gone. Brilliant stuff from Nothing to Say there. And things are falling apart for Xtreme Gaming. This is not how they envisioned it.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
They had such a commanding early lead. I mean, where did it all go wrong?
Top tower push.
Radiant's top
The wraparound. That's where it
Didn't
all
see it
began.
coming. Even though there's some choices that we might not necessarily agree with item-wise, there's no doubt about it. Tidebound. Very, very strong looking here. Okay, Lu gets hexed up. Double spear. That's something. Nice disruption save for now. He still has the second life. Gotta keep that in mind. Bark is fine. Infest back into the Bristleback. Gets out of that situation, and the full setup. PYW now in big trouble. Tries to TP out under the cover of the song and will get out at least. Nice double spear. That's a shot on Mars coming into play. He's done this twice now, just being very annoying and slowing down the push. The question is whether they can hold for another 35 seconds. I don't think so.
That's all he is though, annoying. Can you annoy your way to victory? I don't think so, Buck says IDC.
Shrugging all of it off on the front lines here.
700 damage.
It's just being such a thorn in their side. The spear back into under the tier 4s. They will hex up the Bristleback, but with that infest, he'll be completely fine. You get the Aghanims on the Lifestealer to, you know, maybe get in your opponents, but really just the constant infest heals onto the Bristleback it's just good enough. Now, Gyro is back, and it seems like there's a degree of respect that Tidebound want to show. They still know they can end the game though. One false step, stun up, Echo Slam.
Echo Slam.
Nothing to say, whiffs it. In comes New as well.
Sure,
Arena
so low.
holding down the Shiro, but he's life stealing up. He's fine, he still has that second life, and it pops. Respawning back in 2 seconds now. BKB forced out by Nothing to Say. He needs to back up.
They get a
Try to
spear
TP
here.
in with the catch. Force the BKB
Oh,
out.
Lu, I don't know about that TP, Lu.
That's not the TP that you want. Pops in the gyro, pops out. And there goes the Battlecopter. Not much more to be had there. The rest of XG try to scramble back into base, play around, but another save from Planet. Tidebound, they're just all over this. But into the fountain. Bloodstone, lifesteal up. Well, he's not really life stealing much, but still, the rest of XG going down, and the Ancient is gonna fall as well. GG is called. What a first game that we got from these two teams. We knew that this was gonna be the most competitive series of the day, and it is absolutely delivering here, not healing over easily. Team Tidebound will take this comeback, 40k gold lead up by the end of this mess.
13-1 was the score at some point, down 1 lane.
The open qualifiers ready to wreak some havoc, and I'm all here for it. Some tips coming out.
Alright, what's your opinion on this Nature's Prophet Ultraman set?
I think it's... maybe it's because I never really was an Ultraman fan,
Me neither,
which I
but-
don't know whether that's egregious to say. I just think he looks a little bit silly.
DD.
What are they talking about?
Double down. No, the double down, the MMR tokens.
Dude, there's not much to double down on for Tidebound
This
because
Ogre
if
has
they win this
boots.
game and they don't need a second win, they just move on in the upper bracket.
That's true.
I'm sure Xtreme
So
Gaming
if
would
they
love
double
to
down and XG wins, they just lose.
yeah, literally. It don't work out math-wise. I don't know what to tell you.
They say playing the MP. I wonder if Shiro will still go for a dagger here. They don't exactly lack initiation. They don't
30
have to, but
seconds to
curious to
battle.
see how he will approach this game.
Yeah, fair. You did say this feels more like a battle DK game with that early blink. Also interested to see how Bark approaches this game. I feel like I haven't seen a Core Marcy in a hot minute.
I wonder how bot lane's gonna go, because I think on paper Bloodseeker's pretty nice against Hoodwink. High armor, you don't really get popped down. Phoenix
Yeah.
obviously against double right click heroes is
The
bot lane
battle
bit of a skirmish. Don't force the fire spirits. Bounce.
Oh, the bodyguard. Dude,
Awesome.
what
Why?
the heck? They just get clicked down.
Does he have Blightstone? On
Dude, Loom might just... Okay, they don't have any way of slowing him down, but...
Yeah, it's a lot
Yeah,
of
the
damage.
sheer amount of damage coming out from that Blightstone into the damage amp that you get a little bit from that early level in the bodyguard. Bonus base attack damage, 12%, 30% at the highest level. What is this? Both these guys just having a little... I mean, both these teams having a bit of fun. I'm sure they know each other intimately. Been on a couple different rosters together. But yeah, Promotion really has to watch his step. No early level in the dive means that can happen again if he's not too careful.
With the first blood, this lane is looking a bit better for them. I think it will even out eventually. Pretty hard to kill Bloodseeker down here. Just have to be a bit wary on the Phoenix. Even with the Ring of Protection, it took so much damage.
Yeah, just
Bit of a-
not enough armor in the world to...
That was
get
a
away from that.
sentry battle for the ages. 4 sentries. And only one lives on half health.
That's like Squid Game but with sentries, my goodness. Just shot down. Oh, bodyguard. Is that the bodyguard animation? Did you see that? There's like a
Yeah.
little bit... I mistook it for Maelstrom a little bit here.
That is exactly what it looked like, but I have no
Okay.
idea why.
Before we get any further into the game, I think it's important to refresh everybody on how bodyguard works. His bot lane looks like there's some action going on. Trading back and forth. Ends up going down on Thompson. Nicely done. But yeah, let's take a quick look at bodyguard in case you're not the most familiar. I know I'm not, so I'm certain that most of our audience might not be as well. So the idea is that you are a bodyguard. True to the name, you're protecting an allied hero. So in this particular case, he just keeps casting it on planet, which means anytime you're attacking planet, Marcy will automatically counter attack that are within her range. She has an additional attack range, which is what that little circle is about. So later on in the game, I think it could have pretty decent applications. Like if nothing to say, TP's in and they start trying to punch into the Nature's Prophet, suddenly Bark is hammering out auto attacks, right? So that's kind of what we might want to be looking out for here. What do you think about this facet, Adam?
I feel like as a core you always take this. It's because you get the buff for yourself, right, when you don't press it, which is pretty important as a core.
Yeah.
It's also nice in the lane. It's going pretty nicely for Tidebound.
Yeah. Classic Nature's Prophet gameplay where you literally just use the Ironwood Treant to deny and last hit and do very well for yourself.
Deny is a bit skewed, obviously. Few of it, probably the Treant, his own Treant.
Actually, funnily enough, Lina probably one of the best heroes in dealing with the Treant just because your attack range is so far. And once you're at this level 4, you just constantly have those fiery soul stacks, allowing you to attack at a pace that Prophet can't really keep up with.
Yeah, nothing to say. I mean, this matchup's pretty good for NP. One of the better heroes against Lina. If you're low, you TP home, you reset. You constantly have a Treant discount, so you are zoned from late, you actually still can play.
So what are we thinking here in terms of timings for either team? What's the game plan here for each side? Because I don't think this bot lane is going quite as well for XG as they hope for. Does that influence things at all, you reckon?
My eyes are on PYW. I think he's the only one that can kind of move around. Probably towards mid lane. Tiny Lina is a super sick kill combo. Might see a TP from New here and there as well. Other than that, don't think heroes really want to move. Tidebound probably very happy with the stagnated laning phase. You have a Wrath of Nature later with the NP to TP. So you don't really want to go mid, right? Because your NP wants to TP away.
Yeah. NP is looking at that Maelstrom. Just to amplify that farm. Very standard pickup for this hero. No surprises there. I was wondering whether he would go for something a bit more aggressive like an Orchid. Just start rotating around the map, you know.
That's a
Catching
debate
heroes
item.
on the Phoenix.
Has been killed.
You buy Orchid, you die once, you feel like your game is just over.
Yeah, that's the Orchid
Lawson
effect for
again.
Lawson. Trying to contest in this wave of creeps. Will actually do a decent amount of damage to Planet, but the Bloodseeker now looking to claim
Ooh, the
that
scurry.
kill. Even with the Thirst Vision, can't get past the bodyguard that is Bark.
Lawson will get a refill here. See some pressure on the mid lane. Catapult spawning. Makes him a bit low on mana. Double null too, just to deal with the Treant a bit more. I like this adaptation.
DS pretty happy across the board for all the calls.
Look at his
It's
top
really
creep
just-
wave, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, News, funnily enough, not been doing
Radiant's top
super
tower is under
crazy
attack.
up here. I didn't think the lane would be hard for him at all, but I also didn't think he'd sort of be pushed out a little bit by this Dragon Knight. The Dragon Knight's just having a completely free one, so I think you mentioned one of the key things about the Dragon Knight is that you want to stop him early. It's not really happening. A Wrath of Nature coming out, maybe it's about the fight in the bot lane, dropping very low on Lu, able to escape. A TP down here for PYW to counteract the nothing to say move, and Lu manages to survive.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
No, XM. Just gets a bit of a freebie on the Ogre Magi, trying to hunt him down along with the Treant. The
Nice
regen
rotation.
rune's still running, so he's
Of
gonna
course,
be
he has a regen
right
rune.
back up.
Nice rotation from PYW. Understanding that Bloodseeker needs to lane down here. Buck obviously dominating, 15 denies. And for the armlet.
Setting up onto the
Jump here.
Bloodseeker again, but PYW spots out the hoodwink, disallowing any chance of a follow-up. Going on the Blood Riot. This is awkward though. I mean, still enough
Bark
magic
might be
damage to finish
trouble.
off Bark if he's not careful. Toss up in the sky and the crash landing will find him. The tips come through.
That was kind of a feat by Buck turning
A little
back
bit,
into
a
it.
little bit. It feels that way. I don't... It kind of feels like the Marcy doesn't die there if she just kind of respects the fact that there are 3 heroes.
I see you throwing out a scan. Paulson will TP for the Wisdom Rune. Worried that nothing to say might have some ideas. So
fair.
far the story of the game has just been about bottom lane. Kick Bloodseeker out versus protect Bloodseeker.
Yeah.
And XG seem to be the ones coming ahead so far. Oh, look at New. They see him with the ward. He's kind of just trying to cook here. Otherwise, just see him hit top and start cutting the wave.
I mean, he's been
Always
doing
gonna
this
get
for
the
a
career.
while
Oh,
already,
new.
stacking the waves.
Are fortified.
I wonder if he didn't see the.
Radiant's top tower
You're just
is
not
under
paying
attack.
attention. PYW getting routed a bit here in the bot lane by nothing to say and should be an easy kill.
There's a toss back.
Yeah, say that. They
Dire's
should still be able to
middle
chase him
tower
down,
is
right?
under attack.
Surely.
Yeah, Facebook's on the back.
Oh, good try there. Okay. Here comes nothing to say.
Dire's middle
Gonna try
tower
pressure
is
this
under
tower.
attack. Radiant's bottom tower
XG
is
want to
under
respond, or
attack.
are they just gonna try and ignore this? Looks like they're focused on the mid lane instead. Setting up around Planet. Lone defender here now. TP's available on Tidebound, but they're not gonna make it in time. Nice rotation over from New with that level 6. And a Laguna early on. Blasts that Hoodwink down. They'll trade it up for mid tower, which funnily enough I think actually is advantageous for Xtreme Gaming.
Yeah. So NP dodge my lane. It's okay, I'll come to you.
Yeah.
New rotates to the mid lane. Actually, is really good at this, by the way. They're really good at leaving levels for support. So you see PYW goes top.
Dire's middle
New's probably
tower
gonna wait
is
for
under
the
attack.
next wave and just pull it over. I think saw in the last game too, Paulson and PYW just sitting in lanes for a short while here and there. It's really efficient on the map.
Yeah. I think it was around the 10 or 11 minute mark where we saw level 6s on both Xtreme Gaming supports. And then even with the Wisdom Room, it's not like it was stolen or anything, but Tidebound support sitting at level 4 and level 5, so
Low down
these
here
early
might be in
ultimates can make a
trouble.
big difference. Oh, the jump in, even with that rupture.
Paulson might be in
Not
trouble
gonna
too.
save him. Buck is fine for now, but yeah, we'll just get caught out. Slinging the spells over on XM, ready to punish with the boots of travel. Not even needed, just walks on over.
Radiant's
Some has
a
middle
shard
tower
queued
is
up.
under attack.
I don't really... was it just not respect for Bug? Did he just initiate off range? New in the top lane, starting to get auto attack down here. As an onslaught away, nothing to say is there to try and cut him off, but nothing to stop that charge away. Back to safety, they will just settle for the tower now.
Nice Sprout block on. Had to force the charge. Why couldn't get the stun off in time. Yeah, moving down just probably didn't expect the RC6. Kinda early, 10 minutes in. Bak goes down, but does get a soul kill. Pretty nice for him.
I think that's fine by the Marcy. That's kind of what you pick it for, right? You're just really hammering into this safe laner.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to go back to XM's build. He's not doesn't have the X queued up. Actually has shard queued up. I wonder
Oh.
if he feels there's gonna be more fighting early on, so just trying to get what he can. I think Emo has like a variation of this too, where he doesn't go travels and he goes X straight. I watched that in one of his games. He's just trying to
Right.
get online, you know.
Yeah, as soon as possible, right? You know that maybe the rotations, you're not going to have enough space on the map. PYW, singled out here. An easy TP in for nothing to say to connect. Avalanche already used means that this Tiny will just go down again. Now, these are nice kills.
So tanky.
Sorry, these are nice, there we go. These are nice kills, but I think the ones that you really want to try and find are the Lina and the Bloodseeker, right? The rest, you know, if you're just killing PYW over and over again, you're slowing down the Blink Dagger and that's something, but is it gonna be enough is the question.
She's just doing a good job of putting heroes in the right place, and PYW maybe in a little far away, but he is the only one that goes down. I think it's space for my team, you know. It's alright. It's not too bad at death. I wonder if XG will ever make a move to try and kick Shiro out here. He's so tanky. Armlet off 1.7k. Has lifesteal now. 2.3k with Armlet and a Lotus.
Yeah, we were wondering whether he was gonna go the Blink first, but when you have a game this free, I don't think you even need to. The fact that Tidebound can get action happening without him, he'll just go for a bit of a greedier one. It's I mean, is this the kind of standard DK build-up here? I feel like DK's you know,
But
a bit of a
does he really want to go
why
in
I
here?
Hold that thought, but starting to punch away onto XM. Uh-oh, this is a very big target. They punched on the Lina, and they're looking for more here. PYW manages to get bodied for that shot from
Nothing
the
to
footwing.
say, he's in trouble.
No, it's fine. Now nothing to say. In big trouble,
Oh,
like you mentioned. Can they finish him off? No, Lu. Can't find that last auto attack. That fight goes a lot better for Tidebound, but Xtreme Gaming, they bring the numbers and they're able to punish adequately.
Keep in mind, all this is 4v5. Shiro just using the space on the map, continuing to grow. Nice kill, Buck. We all knew he was dead, right, when he went in. There's no way of getting out, but he does take XM down with him, so I guess it's kind of worth it for them.
Yeah, that's kind of been the story of this Marcy's game so far, right? She just jumps in, she knows she's going to die, but she's creating so much space and pressure on the map.
New little stack for himself. Has the blade mail coming out now, so that's really nice against the NP and the Hoodwing. Top lane smoke this time.
Action just doesn't stop. Tidebound.
I get Shiro
It's gonna
involved.
be BYW. Nice setup. Can't even turn around for the avalanche. Just shot in the back of the gut. They're gonna try and push this tier 2 here. This is ambitious. I mean, maybe they'll just try and stick around for this Wisdom Rune timing in about a minute.
They probably just want XG to rotate over and get the hell out. Don't really look like they're too interested in taking a fight, but would love if XG has to bring heroes here.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that little slip up though, because the only player across these two teams that has not been on LGD is Pelosa, if I'm not mistaken.
1 out of 10. Mid lane, mid tower will go down for free.
Yeah, the pace starting to pick up. I say starting, but really it's been at this pace for quite a while now. PYW on the receiving end of the majority of the suffering. This pace, I mean, is it in dire territory yet? Like, are we worried about Xtreme Gaming, or do you think they're still kind of in this one?
I think they're in they're okay considering how the laning phase went. I think Lu has stabilized a lot. Nothing to say. Probably just once he's Glimner before he makes any moves. But
Yeah.
I think Tidebound are itemizing to go around maybe the 20-minute mark. We see Shiro queue up a BKB instead of the SNY, which I think is kind of rare, but much needed this game. Buck probably really wants his BKB as well. They can do Roche anytime though, especially with this amplified
Dire's
damage on
top
Marcy
tower
if they
is
want
under
to.
attack.
Yeah. Can't look for a target, and it doesn't seem like Xtreme Gaming would really feel comfortable coming to contest. Not that they might even expect this early Roche.
Team's just happy for him in both
Is
sides.
under attack.
Marcy looks like he wants to get top. They want to punish New for taking this tower. I don't know if they'll make it in time though.
Dire's top
PYW
tower.
if he walks there though.
Ironically, that innate coming into play. The fact that he does a lot more damage to towers. New, able to charge out. I think he caught a glimpse of them. The pings come through. Now in some trouble. Being hunted down by nothing to say. The Sprout not going to connect. Looks like he can create the distance and TP away though. So a bit of a swing and a miss from Tidebound. Now they have 4 heroes up here. Not much to do, and a bit more space for Lu and XM to work with.
Yeah, idea was there. It's very unfortunate timing. New kind of walked into danger, but was already charging up the onslaught. So this Primal Beast innate was underrated. I remember when it first came out, like all the innates, and then I see Melrin playing Primal, he's just hitting the tower all the time.
Yeah. Punch, punch.
You are literally Spirit Bear.
Yeah.
Well, Paulson. Right. Oh, that's a sick timing on the stun.
Nice interrupt.
But
Turn around with the egg though. Why? He's the one who gets slain. They do use that Phoenix ultimate. Meanwhile, mid lane action happening as well. New trying to put pressure onto his former teammate Planet. And now TPing in with the Gleipnir, they will punish this Primal Beast for overstepping his bounds.
nice reaction there, but again, it is on the side of Timebound's map, so space for Lu. Closer to his Radiance, probably wants the BKB before he actually fights. I wonder how the timing's gonna be, because they have BKBs, right? But let's say it's Marcy gets ruptured, he can't really run around, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the scary part about the Rupture, right? It just grounds these heroes who want to have a bit more freedom of movement in the fight. It kind of feels like a soft counter to the Dragon Knight as well, because he's not really a hero that bursts you down anytime between, you know, before 40 minutes when he gets dateless and stuff like that. So if you Rupture him and he just kind of is forced to stand still, and you just kind of take the fight away from where he is, suddenly you're not really under any threat, really.
Hero super close to his BKB, so number 1 will be complete soon. Bug is still quite a ways away. You see why on bodyguard duty, following Bug around.
Yeah. So it seems like the queuing of the shard was just like a sort of clicking order thing, because he still ends up finishing the Aghanim Scepter first on Lina. Looking to that next though. Definitely something that was quite a bit of value last game.
Yep, he has
Goes
it
back
now.
for it again.
So strong. It's like Lina's best timing. One of the best timings.
This is something the rest of XG can try and take advantage of right now. Do you think they're looking to fight?
They should look to contest Roche, but I don't know if they even know what's going on. It's like just this
I mean,
three-man
that's kind
squad,
of the tricky
right?
thing about a team like Tidebound. You mentioned already that they can basically do this Roche at any time. So it's a bit hard to predict.
Yeah, it looks like I'll go down for free here. Shiro probably gonna be the one to take the Aegis. That's the BKB. Dagger queued up next. So no SNY. They feel like they need more go. We are strong, let's go.
Yeah.
What about XG? What are they waiting for? How far away is PIW from play? Should be pretty close right now.
Yeah, just off 100 gold, so maybe that's what they were waiting for, and that's why they didn't want to contest.
We'll finish it up here.
Okay, this gives them a few more dimensions in the fight, because up until this point, it really is just New having to be the one diving in to try and start things. Now they have that additional leapfrog in from the
Get
time.
back. They see New. Is he gonna make it out again? Oh my god, the
Same
exact
spot.
same spot.
Oh, this is a bigger target. Low in big trouble. Just gonna get punched down. The Radiance can't save him here.
Middle tower is under attack.
Who cares about New if you get that nice Bloodseeker, man?
Big kill from them. Tidebound again. Just map macro movement looking real solid so far. I feel like
The
fights
sheer
are not.
concentration of wards in the top lane. Another stun interrupting the dive, and yeah, you're not even gonna use the egg for that one. But take a look at the wards that Tidebound have placed in the top lane. Yeah, right over here.
Another
To the
TP.
right, there's another one. Up here as
Radiant's
well.
middle tower is under
Oh, they
attack.
see
It's coming
DK.
through triangle. DK in some trouble. Forced to pop the BKB. Nice reaction pressure there. Not allowing the DK to just get away with walking up into the triangle.
Yeah, both teams just kind of trading map pressure. Of course, this does favor XG a bit. I know it sounds weird to say with like Lu going down, but the Aegis is in the hands of Tidebound. I feel like as the game goes on, once New gets this BKB, the fights are not super straightforward for Tidebound unless they get the right initiation, which is probably why Shiro is queuing up the dagger. Should get a nice pick off with this tiny onto any one of the
Oh.
cores on Tidebound. Oh no,
That's
not
an
the Charlie
unfortunate
one.
little
Radiant are
Aghanim shot to
scanning.
get. Just basically the most useless one on the team.
Watch me farm now.
Yeah. PYW kind of went carry mode last game. Nothing stopping him from doing that this game as well. Apart from the fact that he's just had an awful one so far. Worth noting that Nothing to Say has actually purchased his own shard, Curse of the Old Growth. So that should open up that potential leeway for maybe the Ogre or the Hoodwink. There we go. Hunter's Boomerang for that additional projectile and damage
Oh, top lane.
amplification.
They see PYW. Nice
Yeah.
jump.
Oh,
We'll go
I
now.
don't see him anymore. He's gone.
You, sir, and no time.
Dire are scanning.
Nice A plus from Fang. And this observer was in the top lane, right? You said this
Yeah.
is the Bermuda Triangle. You are not allowed here, XG.
Exactly. You go into there, you disappear, brothers. Don't fall for that same trap. Casey, you mind drawing a little triangle on the map for us just to really hammer that point home? Is there anything you could do that?
Can you even draw as an
try.
observer? No, you cannot.
I'm sorry. No, he could. He circles wards and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it don't want to work. Okay, well, that's fine.
Top
As long
lane.
as we're aware. Okay, Lu has the BKB now. So
It's
there
not
is...
enough,
There is just kind of a potential opportunity. You think they want to, you know, maybe try something here?
I think they're happy waiting out the Aegis. I think at the end of the day, this Bloodseeker wants to clean up. I think New's BKB is probably the most important.
Oh,
Phoenix
set up.
might-
There's the blink onto Pelosan.
Rob.
Poor Phoenix. Still manages to survive, actually. Shiro just doesn't have the gas in the tank to finish them off. Oh, the burn. So much damage. Trying to chase down on the Dragonite. They'll settle for the Ogre for now. They
Shiro.
still have full vision on this Dragonite thanks to the Thirst, but a bit too fast on that guy.
I don't think they want to chase the Aegis. Doesn't really matter. That is a defense against an aggressive move from Timebound. So the 1 minute on Aegis probably just gonna slowly fade out, and we might see Xtreme want to do something with this soon. BKB on New.
Phoenix Egg was actually forced out there just for Pelosan to survive. That must have been trying to survive from an Ignite or something like that, or maybe just the Nature's Prophet ulti coming in. But as these BKBs continue to fly out for Xtreme Gaming, they're gonna feel a lot more confident to take these fights.
This game, I feel like Timebound was in the driver's seat, but I don't think they've got enough ahead now. I really like where XG is at. Nothing says trying to TP in for PYW here. Get out. It's not tossed to a quick wave. Goodbye, PYW.
There's the connection. PYW is down. Again, continuing to wonder how impactful these tiny kills really are. You're not really finding the high value pickoffs that you want. But I guess that time in the game has passed already.
Again,
Dire are
the
scanning.
time-bound special, the two-prong. Attack top, immediately smoke bottom, mid lane. Lu is probably gonna go down to this. Many
Lu just gets shot down. Death Squad 2 checking in. Connected on target. Said they want to find a more meaningful kill. That is perhaps the most meaningful kill you can find.
XM setting up onto nothing to say in the top lane.
Oh, but Marcy is there to punish. Gets the jump out. XM forced to run. But that's going to open up the way for Dragon Knight to come in.
Where do I go?
They don't have the Phoenix Egg. Now they will just pummel this Dragon Knight, but he's way too tanky for them. Planet will get himself a killing spree onto the Phoenix. Pressure keeps going here.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Actually
attack.
kind of falling apart a little right now. Be a bit more wary about playing together. Timebound have done these two-pronged attacks quite a few times, and XG says enough of that. Let's smoke right now. We have egg, no dragon. Phoenix is dead, obviously, but just an attempt to get some map control back.
Yeah.
No BKB on
Radiant
you
are
though. This
scanning.
does seem kind of rushed.
Yeah, they're just trying to capitalize on the fact that some of the ultimates in the Dragon Form was used, right? They wanna
Capitalize,
take a fight.
they will.
Oh, nothing to say. Rushing away there, PYW, the tossback. There's the setup. That is a dead Nature's Prophet. No way of getting out of that one. They tried to give the kill over to Lu, it seems like, but they just get it done. Dominating kill streak now for that Lina, pocketing a nice chunk of change.
Going for the eggs next. Okay, this eggs is probably Bloodseeker's timing because he needs the shield. It
Yeah,
feels
he
like
does.
he does need the shield. He's not tanky enough. Some Lincoln Aiga is probably what he's looking at.
He's kind of getting bursted down right now, but mostly because Xtreme Gaming haven't really been able to find a 5v5 fight that's in their favor, right? It feels like Tidebound the past maybe 5 to 7 minutes. It's just been them roaming the map, finding these pickoffs, and Xtreme Gaming aren't really getting the fight on their terms, but I do wonder how that's supposed to be set up. Now, Roche is respawning in just under a minute here, potentially, so that might be the next major engagement that we can keep our eyes on.
Actually slipping towards the mid lane. I like to see them continue pressure top. I think he's tipping in mid lane. Not sure if they'll scout it they see.
But yeah, I think that was just a harmless little I spawn tree and I push wave, but ends up a lot closer to his opponents than he probably expects.
Under attack.
Some neutral wave clearing.
This is gonna be the fight.
Radiant's
Away from
bottom
Roshan
tower
for whatever
has
reason,
fallen.
but
Dire
New
are
will
scanning.
probably break his smoke soon.
Back on the high ground.
Nicely
They
done.
know someone's up there, but they just don't know where the rest are.
Oh,
Nice
PYW
jump in.
jumps in.
PYW commits in, but doesn't get the Dragon Knight, and that is a dead Tiny. Now looks like New is in trouble as well. Bart with the
Bart's in
damage.
trouble.
Oh,
Shiro!
that's a nice Sunray, and Shiro just goes down instantaneously. They have so much burst. That initiation was a bit of a flub from the Tiny, but it doesn't even matter. Bach jumps straight into the mix and ends up baiting Shiro into his death there. And now XG, they can start hammering at these towers.
This is scary now.
Structures are fortified.
Actually need to go Roche right now. No BKBs. Still Egg still up though, so I guess not really in a rush, but I feel like Aegis will secure their position for sure. Blue Aghanim is almost done.
Okay, well, I don't mean to criticize here, but I kind of feel like that fight was a bit of a misstep on the Marcy's
Dire's
part
middle
because
tower
the
is
Tiny
under
already
attack.
messed up the start of the fight, right? So you just wait for your Dragon Knight to kill him, you just kind of get back to a better position and then you can keep taking the fight, but Marcy jumps in ahead of the rest of the team, maybe trying to find a bit more there, and everyone on Xtreme just turns and focuses her down.
Yeah, I didn't like the second jump. I feel like if they wanted to go in, NP needed to go in and throw a curse of the overgrowth, you know? Find the Lina, find the Phoenix. I think those are the targets you want.
Yeah.
New is definitely not
There's
who you want
no
to be going
way
on.
New is the target. I mean, even if you kill him first, you've probably taken so much damage from the Blade Mail. This man is stacked to the brim on armor right now. He's got 31 between the Defiant Shell Blade Mail and the Plate Mail.
Alright, actually with the smoke, they know Roshan is spawning real soon. 1 minute away. Obviously the teams can't see the timer.
Bit of a longer one for sure.
Double smoke action. There is a ward here for Tidebound, so it is a very nice place to break through. Right?
YW again, the first one on the front lines, getting caught out, will not survive this one. Has a buyback to come back into the fray, and that's exactly what he'll do. Disengaging now on
Phoenix goes
XG.
down.
They end up losing the Phoenix, and he doesn't have a buyback. So it's a 4v5 situation. I like this a lot more, Tidebound. No need to try and run in and force anything crazy. Just find the person on the front line, deal with him, and the rest of XG, I mean, they can't actually follow through.
Yeah, Tidebound, nicely done. Probably anticipating the smoke will clash on their observer ward. Gets the jump first. I wonder if New should just buy a Blink Dagger. I feel like running into this DK is kind of hard, especially with the Daedalus up on Shiro now.
Yeah. I just kind of want to ignore the DK and play the fight around him as much as possible, right? Because I don't know whether that's a kill that happens unless he just kind of gifts his body to you a little bit.
I think you ult him when he BKBs, right? Because he has no SNY.
That's fair.
Not that Pulverize cares about status resist, but we'll see another 5-man smoke here. Roshan is the objective in contention.
Yeah, they know there's no dragon form because that was basically used in the fight already. So there's a good chance here, but back to the Bermuda Triangle wards that we talked about earlier. Good coverage of the location, but it doesn't matter when there's smoke. Peloson will clear it with a nicely placed sentry.
Try of sentries. Can they do Roche? 40 seconds before it moves down. Looks like they will try. Get in there, guys. Trio is scouted out.
No scout, yeah.
It's going to Radiant for sure. What will XG do here? TPs?
Yeah, by the way, just to clarify, what Adam means is it's going to Radiant, as in it is going to turn to daytime and it's going to go to the opposing end of the map. So whether Xtreme choose to go to the Twin Gates preemptively, they might have to do it soon because Tidebound, they're on a wraparound move, looking for a target. They're in the pit though, Blood Misuse, Old Grove spotting them out, and in comes the initiation. There's the burst! Shiro melts down Neo, so no Pulverize. The egg is gone as well. And a full extraction from Xtreme Gaming. Can XM get out though? I don't think they know he's dead. No, the Akon finds him. No, the Akon. And the poor Lina will get melted down. Beautiful fight there from Tidebound. And now they can follow Roche all the way to the other side of the map and get that nice Aegis for themselves.
Yeah, this is huge for Tidebound. I felt like fights were so hard if XG get to start, but this Curse of the Grove giving vision, Shiro just blinking in and you again just melts.
So much information from the Curse of the Old Grove. All he has to do is TP in to the vicinity, and that seems to be enough. We were saying we weren't sure whether New was the target that you want to burst down, but if you can blow him up that quickly, even through all that armor, then why not? Yeah, it's a big bit of control through the BKB.
Huge physical damage. Daedalus, DK, Marcy Unleashed, Bloodlust on top of everything.
Yeah.
Xtreme Gaming. They need these 4-staffs. You asked if the tiny deaths matters. He has no 4-staff. No one to save New.
That's true.
Couldn't get the toss back too.
I mean, same thing for the Phoenix, right? He's kind of behind gold-wise. Sure, he has a Solar Crest, but not much else to speak of.
Does he have a shard? I didn't see the Sunray that fight during the egg.
Yeah, that was just a very uncomfortable fight, for sure. But yeah, the Phoenix has the shard. I think he must have picked that one up for himself because the only Tormentor has gone to the Tiny, as we know.
They need the 4-staffs, I think. The first initiation from Tidebound is way too scary. Or they need to be like a bit more aware of where Tidebound is coming from. It's just so hard because as soon as nothing to say TP is in, vision is just given, right? That's the OP NP shard. So how rare is this? 5 people in the fountain at 32 minutes.
What was this group meeting going on over here? What the hell?
It's the Yamcha session, you know.
Yamcha. They're discussing what they want to eat at Hai Di Lao later for dinner after this win, you know what I'm saying?
The hot pot.
Yeah, exactly.
In the fountain, appropriate.
Perfect hot pot hours. You got that natural water flowing, why not? I know I could do a hot pot right now. Shit sounds delicious.
Alright, stop. It's 10 PM. You're baiting me.
Well, game's not over just yet. 15k gold lead. Tidebound looking very, very much in control right now. E-Blade, burst down. Should be enough. Lingering bit of damage. Okay, well, a bit of save your buddy syndrome, and he loses that Aegis. Can the rest of them come through, though? The egg already set up, and a nice setup from PYW tossing you back in. This is disastrous for Tidebound. They found themselves in a little bit of a forward position, didn't respect the group up from XG, and this back and forth, the pendulum continues to swing, and it's all off of that high ground ward highlighted by our observer. They get the jump for the first time. It feels like every single fight so far, it's been Tidebound with the advantage, but XG, the one time they get vision first, it's curtains.
I feel like as soon as New jumps Dragon Knight, it is... the fight's kind of different. I mean, he has Satanic now, so consequences of earlier fights, but Xtreme Gaming definitely not out of it. It's the short
This feels like a game of vision. This feels like a game of initiations. Who is gonna make that first connection? Can it be New or PYW to pave the way for Low here? Or will it be that Nature's Prophet? Nothing to say with the Curse of the Old Growth proving so handy time and time again. Still a 9k gold lead for Tidebound here. Just a recap for everybody just tuning in. You're watching the tail end of today's China Close qualifiers. We are at the highlight series for sure. Some of our earlier games, Spiky versus Too Light, Xtreme versus Ascent, ended, as you might imagine, very one-sided very quickly, but we are in our blockbuster match right here. Just last game, Tidebound, they were down at 1.1 to 13, but and with a Rax as well, but they managed to pull it all the way back with some grit. Maybe we're seeing the same story start to come true for XG as well.
Well, I didn't think of this, but look at what Y has queued up. He has the plate mail already, queuing up a Lotus, and I think that's going to be Shiro's saving grace, right? Like, if you look at the spells on Xtreme Gaming, Laguna, Pulverized, Rupture, Lotus, OP.
Oh, you're right, actually. I mean, that's gonna do quite a bit. I think we haven't really talked much about this Ogre Magi, but he's got himself a little bit of a Midas situation going on. So getting that farm out.
Thing to say, tipping with the moon.
What's happening?
Vision for the boys. Now XG, they wanna get the other side's Wisdom Rune. Not too sure if it's safe. Paulson, a little scared to go in.
A little bit of a whizzy grab there. I wonder whether XG just kind of try and snatch it away. Yeah, XM's gonna go nab that. Yoink!
Was the career coming to scout? Yeah, I think it was.
Is under
Nothing to
attack.
say, just
check.
sending his career over.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Why is down here?
Trades out on the towers. It's
Sure,
just a
Steve.
matter of which team can force which one back.
They wanna
Tidebound
fight.
still very much positioned around that top side
Paulson,
area.
I don't know if you want to stand there, Paulson.
That is scary. I don't know whether they're spotting this out. The Lincoln's gonna block the stun for now. Sunray on the high ground with the
For
A,
stuff,
but
though.
oh no, the Bloodseeker! He can't survive through the damage! It's a bit too much, no saves whatsoever. Stuff like the 4-star being missing. I mean, he gets it in time, but it's only to save himself. Lu just goes down what seems like so easily.
Again, Tidebound just a little superior in the macro sense. Shiro setting up there. Waited for a Linka and Bloodseeker to expire, immediately jumps, and Bloodseeker was facing the tower, so a 4-star wouldn't have helped him anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Great plays coming out from Tidebound. The coordination's been on point. Even if you see the way that the Nature's Prophet has been TPing
They
in
see
tandem with his
Paulson.
teammates. Spotting out Peloson. Beautiful lane walk planted from when they were in this area before, and that's going to be the Phoenix down. Buyback
Lane as
available.
well, back. Solo kill onto PYW, possibly?
Oh, BYW. Able to escape into the tree line though with the 4-staff and the Blink Dagger, but
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
immediately onto the high ground. Surely Tidebound can go.
Radiant's
Not gonna
middle
risk it,
tower
though.
is
Still
under
chasing.
attack.
He wants this tiny to TP at least. Bak has the shard, so can jump on his own. Oh, planet, will he find him? Oh, the bounce?
Akon, Blink. Heads up from PYW. Trying to find him in the trees, but already...
Shiro's TPing too.
Wait, are they all trying to hunt him, or did they just kind of retreat back here for a smoke back out?
I don't know, but
PYW?
he's
4-staff? Nicely done.
out of there.
Very, very close. Would have been punished if he tried to stick around to cut a creep wave, but thinks better of it. Tier 4 items now available for the side of Tidebound. Should they choose to grab them, keep our eyes out on any important pickups.
NP going for the Revenant's Brooch. We have seen what this does, especially against high armor heroes like Bloodseeker. Shiva's on you, not gonna be too useful as well. And he gets it complete.
Well, these tier 4 items could be pretty handy, right? You get something like the Trickster's Cloak, able to, maybe even the Telescope, being able to cast from further range, getting yourself out of the clutches of this Lina spells.
GD against Shiro's hunting.
And Mindbreaker on both the Marcy as well as the Nature's Prophet, so the potential instant silence up onto the Phoenix. Very hard for him to deal with.
Clausen's net worth has kind of stagnated, not where you want to be as a Phoenix. This hero is really strong with items. Actually, it's moving towards the top side. Little read coming out from Timebound as well. We'll meet each other soon.
Linkin, PYW, the instant silence, Bach punches him. And now Y on the high ground in trouble, but this fight's a little bit messy. They've lost PYW already. Now Lu in a troublesome situation, but able to fight out against Bach.
What do you say? I don't know if you can do this.
Though? He's not committing into the egg because he can't for now. But Lu, he's still standing his ground and fighting. They spotted out Shiro. Oh, they caught him in the tree lines. Was there a misblink or something? Now he's in trouble. Popping the BKB to duel up against the Bloodseeker, but the Bloodseeker is looking supreme in this matchup. Forced the TP out, and nothing to say. Unfortunately, he's not going to be quite as lucky. Finished off and killed. And it all comes down to the initiation, Adam. Every single time, it's about who can get the jump first. And that fight, it was just a matter of the Dragon Knight not being able to connect. I'm not sure how that ended up happening, whether he misblinked into the trees or something like that, but they were very clearly missing the firepower on Tidebringer.
Tidebringer. Tidebound, yeah.
Oh, whoops, yeah, sorry about that.
1-1, I call them LGD. Sure, just getting stuck there.
1-1, we're keeping score? What the hell?
I'm keeping score.
Alright, brother, but yeah, I mean, that fight.
Is this the third Rosh? Aghanim Scepter?
Yeah. I think so.
It's gonna be huge. For, oh my god, it's going to go on the Primal Beast too, so the break coming out. This is the Roshan.
Indeed. Third Roshan. It's been the source of most pro games these days. It's kind of what you hope to be the game ender, because if it doesn't, then it gets into some weird late game-ish territory.
Dire's top tower is under
which I wouldn't be opposed to, you know. I want a game 3 between these two teams. It's been exciting so far. I think both of them not letting each other breathe at all.
It's been so back and forth. But it feels like whoever gets the initiation, and I think nothing to say, kind of misread the situation. They're manning up on the egg alone with a Basher Bloodseeker beside him. Had to end up running away. Tidebound, they see Bach. It's a really nice observer ward. Shiro will get to jump in the
YW again. How many times has he died this game? Aeon Disc bailing him out of that situation, but won't do so for long. Now XM, next target to be watched. Heard a rupture going on. Looks like they found Bach. That's a pretty decent trade, all things considered. Now New can try and threaten them. The buyback coming in from the Marcy though. Looks like XG. They should try and evacuate, but Lu caught in the trees. Very awkward situation. Can they escape? Onslaught there, but now pulling onto the Bloodseeker. They need to save him. The Sunray's not going to be enough. Still has the second life for the egg. Surely going to go down to Bach there with the Unleash. And New, he doesn't have enough KHP to fight, but with the Blood Mist turned on, can the life steal help?
Oh my god, the shield!
He manages to get the kill. Die back onto Bach, and they get nothing to say as well. This is scary now. You still need to retreat. And Shiro can't quite catch up to the Bloodseeker. Lu salvaging that fight by getting the kill onto the Marcy. Getting so much heal from the Thirst. And he was so close to dying.
25 now too for both XM, who takes the Laguna Blade into barrier, so even more tanky. Doesn't take the crit on spells. Kind of rare, and double rupture for Bloodseeker now.
Yeah.
This game Tidebound, it feels like DK hit his spike. He's giga strong, but is he really growing anymore? Not many items to replace now. Has the Swift Blink. Kinda full slotted here.
I think the concern for me is it feels like the rest of the Tidebound heroes are just not keeping up, right? The Marcy feels a bit like fodder. Yes, she was able to get the Phoenix egg and punch through PYW, but when it comes to the sort of more important targets, the Unleash has worn off, the BKB has worn off. I mean, that was just really a great fight just because of that deep ward in the sort of deeper area of the jungle near the tier 2. Die side, they're allowing them to catch Bach, forcing a buyback and then into a dieback as well.
I like this Qualifier on Shiro. I think they understand that they need to kill the first jump, so no more Force Staffs, no more Aeondis, no more E-Blades, and no more Blood Rage for Bloodseeker. It's a pretty sick Qualifier game. Ogre finally
true.
gets his shard at 42 minutes.
Fire.
So fire
42-minute fire shield, baby. That's what it's all about.
Game looking good for XG so far. Pulverizes the BKB control. It feels like they just have to commit BKBs every time on timeout. We saw even on that tiny kill, like both Nothing to Say and Shiro both popped BKB in fear of XM, in fear of just getting stunned from the fog or a tiny toss. Like they understand that it's instant death.
Absolutely.
Wave, Shiro's looking.
Haven't really checked in with this Lina in a while, but has gone for her own Dagon, looking towards finishing up that Axe Synth into
Dire's
the
top
Octarine
tower
core, so
is under attack.
high damage burst from her here.
Travel 2 as well completed. I think the main point of this Dagon is just for the Lincolns on Nothing to Say.
Yeah, that's very smart.
Or
just so she
whoever
can get
is-
the E-Blade off.
Cheap item, some spell life steal too, which is kind of nice.
Yeah,
Some
not too
swap
sad
and
about
swap
that. Some
action.
good stats. Oh, this is tense. This is tense. Adam, I want a game 3 so bad, but it does feel like Tidebound. If they can just connect in the instance where they pop their BKBs, they should be able to muscle down these Xtreme Gaming heroes. Xtreme Gaming getting a bit of cold feet. We'll just back up to try and fix some of these lanes.
These fights have been so close. Like we see Lu almost go down twice already. I think they just turned the fight. It's just the nature of their heroes. This Primal Beast, this Phoenix, they're all such important targets and they contribute so much to the fight, especially when BKBs are down. Pharasma, Nothing to Say. Sorry, I said Revenant Bruges, but he is just gearing up for it. Still a ways away.
Rasma complete. That's the recent pickup for him at least. Maybe it's just because I'm not necessarily paying attention, but the damage from the Prophet seems to have sort of fallen off a little bit. I'm sure he's still punching away, but I don't think it's so easy for him to navigate the fights anymore, because he can't just TP in front of them all willy-nilly like he did in the past, like, maybe 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, I feel like his damage ends when his BKB ends. And he can't really do much anymore.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way about Bach as well, which is
Hold
the main
on.
problem. He's
Running
picked
in
up
here.
by the Hoodwink. I love this Aghanim's because I feel like it just causes so much confusion.
Hold on, a little bit of a fight going on.
Less of a fight, more of a catch. Why going down there for free?
It's caught on his own side of the river. XG kind of grouped up.
Dire's
It feels strong.
is under attack.
Gem on you. Just taking map control. But this pesky Nature's Prophet. The red Dota begins. Has the Trian talent. Awful to deal with, which is also why we see Dagon on XM and one being queued up on PYW, just to deal with the creep.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's a bit more of an awkward pickup, I will say, for this Tiny. But I guess once you already have those mobility items, you're not really so worried about anything else. If you get Nullifier, you just kind of pray for the best and hope that your team can bail you out. Not much you can do anymore.
Alright, take me back. Why do you love Hoodwink's Aghanim's?
Oh, okay, look. I mean, I'm a big believer in it because I feel like it gives you so much utility and most importantly, information. Because the second you pop this bad boy, he just starts honing in on the nearest hero, even
Nothing
if you
to say,
don't
top
have
lane?
vision. Oh, nothing to say. What? What's he
Boys
up to?
are nearby.
Yeah, Hurricane Pipe back to safety. But yeah, I really like this Aghanim's. I think it allows them to get that information without necessarily needing to commit Nothing to Say's body, which has kind of been sort of a small issue for them so far. And I think it's also confusing because you can kind of play around with it a little bit, right? Sometimes you throw out your initial ultimate first, you halfway cancel it, and then you start channeling your main one. You can really confuse your opponents. But I don't think that's... I mean, no disrespect, of course, to Mr. Planet, but I don't know how pivotal the Hoodwink is in these fights comparatively to their ability to burst down the Bloodseeker, so...
I mean,
We'll
if
see.
they do use spells on your clone, it's quite a big deal.
True.
It's just playing to be annoying, going for the Octarine core next.
Okay, so paint me a little bit of a picture, because we've seen how these fights go, at least for Tidebound, up until this point, right? They get vision with the Curse of the Old Growth, they try and jump in with the Dragon Knight and the Marcy, and when they connect, they can win. But in the past few engagements, it's all been about New and PYW jumping in first and somehow the Bloodseeker manages to survive for obscene amounts of time. How are Tidebound supposed to try and take this fight?
I feel like you need a wraparound. You need the Phoenix or Tiny. Nullifier is out now, so it's pretty easy to just commit on a target. See the setup again. Try to replicate what they've been doing before, posturing around Roche, the wraparound, the train with Scout.
Oh, this could be scary. Nothing to say. The only one not part of this smoke. It was a wraparound that won Tidebound the first game. And now, along with their Bermuda Triangle wards, they will try and employ the same strategy. Roshan is up, which means this might just be the final fight for them. It decides everything. Courier giving away a little bit of information. We'll see that fly through, but not reveal their position.
Oh, I like this from Nothing to Say. He's just gonna go bot lane and put a Trian, and now someone has to go back. Probably XM.
They're looking for a fight though. New on the front lines. Blink away very
Shiro.
quick from Shiro. And now they disengage. They have all the information in the world, and the jig is up. EP's
Sam
back.
has to go deal with this now.
Yeah,
Nothing
they-
to Say might walk up a bit too far here, bottom lane.
Oh dear. E-Blade, is it going to be enough damage? Starting to burn away here, but can he get to the high ground? Trying to trace him on the Lina. TP out to safety, Nothing to Say. Oh my goodness.
Alright,
Oh,
top lane needs
that
to
could have
get out
been-
right now.
Yeah, you need to escape. This area is no longer yours. You committed a bit too many TPs back. But the fact that Nothing to Say survives there is illegal. He will be able to join back his team as they head into the Roche pit and grab this Aegis for themselves.
NP BKB for Aegis, I think that's worth it. That's Aghanims too. And who's gonna get Marcy Aghanims? Okay, so Unleash.
Yeah.
Do you give it to Marcy? You
don't?
want the Black Dragon here?
Oh yeah, I guess so. I mean,
It's not that it's bad, I just feel like Buck, once his BKB ends, he's not as strong, you know?
yeah, so
You
that gives you a
want
bit more
Hunger
tools to
Shiro.
work with, right? I know what you mean. But I guess the priority in this game isn't really Buck. Buck's just there to sort of throw Bodyguard on, you know, give Shiro a bit more damage. The Black
I think
Dragon
Buck
is
needs
online.
a refresher so he can play the fight. Like double Unleash, double BKB. I feel like BKBs are just too important for Tidebound.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
Planet,
I would agree.
Scouting, disease
On the-
2.
wait, what? How is he
This is
allowed to
new.
do this on Type? My goodness. Akon, Shiro's in, Nullifier up, Rupture
Rupture
onto
onto
the
Shiro.
Dragon Knight though. Shiro has to try and disengage. But the Pulverize is there. Can they bail out their Dragon Knight? He has a second life. The setup is possible, but a beautiful high ground egg. And Bach
Oh my God, they
can't
don't
see
see
it. They can't see it even with the ward. And Shiro is gonna go down. What a setup from Peloson. Denying any chance of a fight there. Sure, he might go down to the Marcy on the sidelines, but they found Nothing to Say. And that is a way bigger kill. Both position 1 and position 2 of Tidebound being taken down. This could open up a lot more. That was the Aegis as well just being lost. So basically a 3-for-1 trade.
They both have buybacks. I think nothing else matters right now. Will XG force? Y also has this Hex. Could be a big reveal with the buybacks.
Dire's middle
Oh,
tower
egg.
is under
What will XG do here?
I mean, that was just... This has been not the easiest game for Peloson, let's admit, right? He's dealing with Marcy, he's sort of been singled out and killed off a bunch of times. The Sunray doesn't necessarily always save the Bloodseeker, but man, in the moments where the egg can get to a good position, he is doing so much work in these fights for the team.
It looks like they want to force here. They have to be careful though. I feel like Lu can just die to Buck and Y with the sharpshooter. We'll drop a Rupture.
tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
Why not? As the Arcane Rune, so just making use of that lower cooldown. I mean, they know that Tidebound, there's no way of retaliation, not at least until the Dragon Knight comes back up.
Want to force the buybacks. I kind of want to see New hitting the tower actually.
Yeah, right, use that Colossal. Come on.
Bonk. Look at that.
Bonk. Bonk. And then just
Bonk.
like that, killed him with his fist.
One Rex, not too big a deal at this stage in the game.
Yeah.
Especially with your NP Trian. Phoenix also going for Dagon. Would like to see a Hex on him, honestly. I feel like they kind of lack a Hex.
Yeah, true.
XM's been doing a great job at dealing with the NP already. They don't need the third Dagon. PW is 0-10. But
The Dagon pilled as hell, brother. There, everybody's like, yo, you feeling a bit of FOMO, you know, you guys got Dagons, why can't I get a Dagon? We need the Hags, bro. Come on.
yeah, I think their fight is simple as long as they start. And the Phoenix Hex is OP because it comes from miles away, right? Like
Yeah.
it's we saw Kaori like popularize this Phoenix pause 5 Vex first item.
Yeah. I miss Kaori. Kaori on Quest. Those were the glory days. Bali major times with Amar standing in. That was fun.
I'll give you. This is my shot.
They're on Chimera Esports now. I think they're competing in MES.
Yeah, it's with TA.
Yeah.
Teams, everyone has buyback. No buyback on DK, so he bought out. What did he purchase? Swift Blink? And completes the Swift Blink on top of the Nullifier.
Dire's top tower is under
He
attack.
has to be careful though, he is a target. This illusion rune is super nice for Xtreme. So see the Rouge just pushing out 2 waves.
Top tower.
Using the decoy. Just to mess with them a little bit, get some vision, break the Lincolns. Gotta watch. This is almost
very-
SOP at this point. Every single time that Lincolns breaks on low, Pelosin just preemptively throws the Sunray for fear that they will instantly collapse on him. Tidebound won't bite for now.
Let's complete the Dagon. So more ways to deal with the Trion. Nothing to say, has 7k gold. What did you even buy? I feel like he has so much net worth, but he just can't kid people. This is where you just go Swift Blink. Just get in there.
Dire's
I
top
don't know.
tower is
It's
under
a bit of an
attack.
awkward game. At Tidebound, I mean, you look at their lineup, it feels like it was a lineup that was supposed to get things done by the 30-minute mark. And sure, they can all scale very nicely into the later stages of the game, but it feels like we're at the point where the Phoenix, the Tiny, these strong supports that can provide so much in a team fight are starting to just do more than what an Ogre Hoodwink can provide, funnily enough.
Yeah, New is 25 now too, so just getting pulverized means your whole BKB is probably gone.
Yeah.
Such a big talent to have. I feel like it's just an age-old question, right? Like who wins late game? Hex versus damage or stuns versus damage?
Yeah, I have a pretty clear answer for you, I think. I mean, so far, XG seem to be a few more fights away from, maybe not even a few, maybe just one, plus a couple of buybacks. Speaking of the buybacks, like you mentioned, Shiro doesn't have his, but everybody other than Y has theirs.
Kind
So
of
there's a chance of the fountain advantage there if Xtreme Gaming end up diving a bit too deep.
Right, Lu has refresher now, so double BKB, 4 ruptures, double Archil, play double Abyssal. This man, he knows the item build.
Bro, he just looks at all of them. He's like, okay, y'all play rock, paper, scissors among yourself. The person who wins doesn't get ruptured.
Yeah.
Everybody else, you get a rupture.
I am Fireball. XG. How will they want to approach high ground here? In Timebound, kind of confined to their base. See what Xtreme choose to do. Even nothing to say, scared.
There's no way they wait for the next Roche, right? Like, it feels like that
Dire's
might just
bottom
end up
tower
being
is
the
under
there's
attack.
60-minute items that you could wait for as well. I mean, if they don't feel strong enough to try and force the issue now, why rush it?
Yeah, I feel like they need to jump straight up. So I think farming on the Primal, on the Phoenix are good.
Yeah.
So don't try to hit high ground, control the map, and I think just by nature that ends up waiting for Roche, right?
Yeah,
It's not
true.
really playing for Aegis, but it's like playing for PYW versus DD in top 2.
Oh, blink out. He spotted him on the wall and he's able to escape? Are you
they are
serious?
outside the base.
Mew is in though, looking at Bark. They try to throw Lotuses on him, but oh
Turn to
no.
Shiro.
The Dragonite, he's been ruptured. And Shiro is just being pushed away from his team. Mew will go down though, but so does the Dragonite. A buyback forced out.
Nothing to
Second
say.
rupture now under nothing to say. Nowhere to go, more like it. And XG closing in on evening out the score for this series.
Buybacks, DD for Lu.
Oh dear. Tidebound, they were able to even things out and they were able to come back from the brink of defeat with a creative smoke wraparound play, but this time PYW completely routs them. Makes use of that high ground ward, a beautiful avalanche onto 4, and that just allows New to go in for a killer setup.
The fights just look so difficult. The egg, nothing to do with egg. Nothing to deal with egg. XM is free. Once New presses pulverize, the fight just seems so hard. And every time New, I understand why he's been spamming Bloodseeker. I watch this knockback. It's like you're bullying kids, you know? That's what it feels like.
You're just pushing them around like you can't
every
hit.
hit.
can't hit me. Oh,
it
so
looks
annoying.
satisfying.
There isn't really much the Dragon Knight can do in that situation. You imagine a world where maybe this Dragon Knight can try and, you know, 1v1 the Bloodseeker, but he's getting so much healing from that Blood Rage, from the Sanguivore, and the Blood Mist as well.
The shard too, it does give you lifesteal. I think you regen like pure damage.
Yeah, so you do pure
Dire's
damage,
bottom tower
and
is
you
get
heal
life back
for that
yeah,
amount.
Yeah, that is a lot.
And then you get like a bit of a bonus heal from your Sanguivore, from Blood Mist as well. Sanguivore. This might just be the next thing. I mean, we did talk about Lu as a carry player. He always feels like he has this little bit of a specialty. And this is one that we spotted out as early as a couple days back when he was spamming this in pubs. This certainly is starting to show its strength here. So we inch closer and closer to the 60-minute mark of this game. It's a long crawl back from XG, but they managed to find their stride and...
Lu? On a little solo mission here. Just blink out. She's just kind of waiting for Roche. Waiting for Tidebound to feel the need to leave their base again. They have buybacks on every hero and bots too, if needed.
Okay, quick item roll call here. Anything recent that we saw that really changes anything? I think the Aghanim's was picked up by this Primal Beast to the Roche. So he just finished up the Lincolns. Looking at the refresher for him. Tiny got a Lincolns himself in the gem.
scanning.
Double
Nothing-
Roshan banners on Y.
Yeah.
I think what's going to change the game, or the most significant change that can happen in the next 1 minute, is the 60-minute items.
Yeah, literally. That's
Seer
kind of what they're
Stone,
holding out for.
Yeah, so
Okay, what 60-minute item changes this game for Tidebound? What do they need here? Maybe Force Boots, maybe a Mirror Shield perhaps?
Mirror Shield looks really good. Like it's anti-pulverize, anti-rupture, right? So that's gonna be huge.
Bye-bye, Y.
Bye-bye.
Donk. Alright.
There's the ping on the ward. But
All
it
good.
does allow Tidebound. I want to say allow, but actually you can just get back up here. Oh, nothing to say. That's where you wanna be farming, brother. We'll scout out the gate with the Treant. So teams just trying to get their neutral items. See
I just
what
realized
does
Force
TK
Boots
get.
might be kind of grief if you get ruptured, right? It's just...
Mirror Shield is what you want for sure.
Yeah, I'd say it has to be Mirror Shield. Let's see what they get here. Neutral
tags.
items being picked up. Mirror Shield 1 on Planet. That's pretty useful. Dragon Knight's taking a little bit of time to try and figure out what he wants. It leads me to believe that he might not have gotten that option. Force Boots on new. So a
This
lot
is a
more
good hero to
distance.
get Force Boots on. Though.
Yeah, it's just excellent. You can now sell the phase boots and go directly for that refresher as well, just to really make things difficult.
Yeah, it's huge. Or you could just pick up the refresher shard, which is free.
True, yeah. You know what they should do? They should make it so that you can combine your Roche banners, man.
What do
Like
get?
you know, like the lotuses, you get 3, you get a greater healing lotus. If you get a, you know, 3 Roshan banners, your creep should just be like mega creeps for the entire time it's up.
I like that. But is Mega Creeps really good enough? Compared to a Glyph, Mega Creep sounds so new.
True. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what else you can even.
Your flag does damage over time to wherever.
It's just like an AoE beacon or something.
Yeah,
Or
it's
maybe
like some stim
you know what would be
boost.
cool?
Dire's
It would be
bottom
cool if
tower
it's like
is under
a.
attack.
You know how in StarCraft 2 they have like a sensor tower?
Yeah.
Like you can kind of see enemy units in fog. I think that would be really, really useful for trying to push high ground. So you can see
Just
whether they're trying to
scans
set up
whoever
and
comes
whatnot.
in.
Yeah, yeah. It's like scan but on crack. Take care, crack XG. Just a fight away. I feel like I've been saying this for the past 5 minutes. One fight away from cracking this series wide open to becoming a best of 1. Keep in mind, folks, we are still in the upper bracket. So both these teams, it's not the last you'll see of them, but I mean, I don't think any of them are going to have much trouble in the lower bracket, but definitely not where you want to be heading into the second day of the
UIW, he
qualifiers.
wants to jump here. He's gonna see the whole squad lot of Tidebound actually.
It's
Yeah, good
daytime,
Shiro.
it's Shiro, the toss back, the Dragon Knight pops the BKB but ruptures in again, bullying the small kid there. It's the Dragon Knight. He is healing up quite a bit though and has the force boots back out. Lu, looking at re-engaging here. They managed to get the kill. The damage from Nothing to Say has to be respected. The second life now of the Bloodseeker, he has to back up. That looked like it was going to be the game ender, but a quick BKB from Shiro, as well as all the defensive tools in the toolbox of Tidebound, helped keep him alive up against that rupture.
Dude, do you see his DK's neutral item?
Oh, damn. That
That
is
what
dope.
saved him? Yeah, I was like, how does this DK have 1800 HPS? 95% magic resistance.
That is really, really significant actually.
Who is actually gonna kill him?
I mean, that's a great question. The Bloodseeker, the one downside about this build is that the damage is a lot more mixed. You're not doing your typical physical damage. It's a lot of reliance on pure damage and magic damage.
If they win off this. Dude, that's why he was thinking so long. He's like clicking on everyone. He's like, will I die?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That is such a cool little pickup there that might just change the flow of this game.
I'm sure
Stydian-
XG was confused too when they just like, what's this?
Yeah, they're
shit
like, why is he
alive?"
alive? Like, it should be dead like 5 times over at this point. So the funny thing also is that if we look at the tier 5 items, the Phoenix still has opted to stick with the aesthetics cap. Same thing for the Lina, still going for the Timeless Relic. So maybe getting awkward options for them to use here. A smoke up now for Tidebound, looking to try and catch XG, split up and off guard. Jump forward. They found PYW, Hex
Oh,
up
they found a
onto
bigger kill.
Colossal, and they got the Phoenix. Not much more of a fight that they can manage now without their team fight. Might just have to buy back.
Buyback.
In again with Bart punching away on the Tiny. Surely now's the time to use your buyback when New's in big trouble. Will just get beaten to a pulp, able to onslaught away. The Lincolns will save him from that Athos. The BKB was still up, so he would have been fine regardless. But a full disengage. Oh, this game, Adam.
All of a
This
sudden.
is what we were dealing with. You know, we had slow games, we had fast games up until this point, just kind of with the results mostly apparent to us. But these two teams, they are bringing the heat here.
His net worth on Phoenix really hurting them right now. Just very key targets. Nice jump for Tidebound. Feeling really strong with the magic lamp. Is that what it's called? The unwavering condition on Dragon Knight.
Unwavering condition of Dragon Knight. Yeah, I mean that really sums up the attitude that Tidebound have. Same situation that got them the first game win. Now a Divine Rapier on the Dragon Knight. Things are about to go into crazy late game territory. This is where part of the game where we just keep an eye on the buybacks and
He knows he's unkillable.
yeah, the Phoenix
The crits
using
with the
his
rapier.
just now.
Alright, can we see him crit a camp? How much damage
happening?
does he do? Oh no, there's no camp, guys.
Guys,
Stop.
give it, guys, give him a K. He has to use that Divine Rapier, man. What are we doing? Jesus.
Radiant's
Shiro
courier
hit
has been
something.
killed.
Okay, hit the crit wave. Oh, no crit.
There was
he
no
crit that last crit.
observer. Come on. Follow the red numbers.
Come on.
1752 is the crit.
Jeez.
That is melt territory.
Yeah, that 3 hits the Lina with 3,800 HP.
Damage
We're
on
not even
Bach
talking
is
about
no
Dragon
joke.
Form yet or
Oh
anything.
no, mid lane. I've seen this before. Lu again.
Uh-oh. Lu, able to blink to the high ground, but New in big trouble. No saving him now. Has to buy back
Lu,
into
I
the
don't
fight
know
if
if
he
you-
wants
wrong
to.
way,
Lu is just
Lu.
gonna die! That's way too much physical damage. Not respecting the Divine Rapier. They'll probably realize that it's come out now. I think it's a mix of that sheer physical damage along with the bodyguard of Bart.
Oh my god, this game Tidebound from 20k down
way.
in their base. All it
Come
took was
on.
one neutral item, one roll of the dice.
We were talking so much about the Mirror Shield, but Shiro sees another option that has just worked out splendidly. So much inbuilt armor to this hero on the Dragon Knight.
XG
Now.
actually needs to change item builds. Like they actually have to switch it up on the Lina Bloodseeker. Like they can't play this way.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know whether they can continue this Bloodseeker magic pure focus build. and you immediately see the switch up. Look at the items on Bloodseeker. He's changed it completely.
Yeah,
A brand new fresh coat of paint. Abyssal Blade. Daedalus.
Daedalus, I love it. He had the Abyssal all along, but gearing towards the right click, he knows.
He has to. He just
but I
has
don't know
to.
if he's enough. I feel like Lino needs it too.
Well, what they do have now is time. Time at least until the next Roche, but Tidebound might not wait for that. Buybacks on all of their heroes, it seems like. The only one missing it is the Hoodwink.
I don't know how I feel about this SNY on Lu. I feel like he really just needed a refresher. They need to control this DK.
Yeah.
Maybe feeling
think
like
he
he just can't get pulverized off.
No, I get what you mean, but it's just XG, they haven't really been the ones taking the initiative in the past 2 engagements at least. They're the ones being caught, and I think his thought process is he just needs the cheapest possible status resist he can get.
The only status resist he can get. Oh
No. Ooh, what on the high ground? Do you want to jump? This is a bait if I've ever seen one. Don't fall for it, Xtreme. Your upper bracket life could slip out right before your eyes.
I was wondering why Bak was doing so much damage too. He has the Stygian Deso now, so not only Shiro, but his Marcy also kind of tears things up. There's so much physical damage on the side of Timebound. How's nothing to say doing? Does he have like 20k gold yet? Can we take a little peek?
7.5k.
Not the richest, kind of poor.
Yeah, working on the moonshot for himself there, farming
Only
up
6
a
slots,
slot.
egg shard.
I know things have changed since then, but some of the earlier devs on these supports, I think especially Peloson, really coming into play here. He's nowhere near as farmed as you would want your Phoenix in the late game to be. We talked about how this support is one that can do wonders at this stage, but not without the gold.
I feel like Dota is weird. It's like when you have time to farm, if you don't farm, suddenly you don't have time to farm anymore. That makes sense.
I get what you're saying. Basically, if you don't seize the opportunity while you have it, it's
Yeah, like, how do you farm now, you know?
yeah,
Even if you have
exactly.
map, like, actually, how do you farm?
Like Yasha Kaya on planet. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. What do XG do? Like, how do they... I mean, they need to complete the whole transition into the physical damage, right? I mean, I would have maybe liked to see PYW start scaling up into a core as well, but I understand why it hasn't happened until this point. They probably thought multiple times that they were one fight away from winning the game, and to be honest, so did we, right, Adam? We thought it was over on numerous occasions, but Tidebound, true to the name of the neutral item that the Dragonite has picked up, unwavering and ready to just keep it going. Now, what is the 5th Roche of the game?
Who even takes all these items? Why are there lotuses in the
It's like
offering the
decorations.
game?
Oh my goodness.
Who takes the cheat? Who takes the third banner to combine together?
The mega banner. I don't know. Okay.
You know who's the happiest in the game? It's Y who decided to go for a Midas.
Yeah, that's
If
what
there's
I'm
any
thinking.
game that Midas pays off, this is it. Do we have a stat on this?
I don't know, but he sold the Midas pretty early on, so he doesn't have that on him anymore. I guess he's at the point where he's level 27, so it's like, okay, whatever, right? It's still a 50-50. I think Xtreme Gaming, they do stand a
This game
chance.
is not 50-50.
It doesn't feel that way, at least not to us. We've been watching for quite a bit now, and you know, it does feel like Xtreme Gaming, even if they initiate on the Dragon Knight, the question is if they have the damage to kill him.
Game is intense right now. Both sides. No one really wants to get caught, but at the same time, how do you really initiate? Nothing to say. The only one kind of playing the game all over the map gets to farm late game NP. How do you end the game? Xtreme's gonna sit in base until Aegis ends.
I kind of... Okay, forgive me for this potentially deranged suggestion, but this is like, you know, the usual when you're playing against like a Dawnbreaker or a Spectre or stuff like that. Don't you just kind of smoke to wherever they are?
It's hard for XG to leave the base because if they kill him, they TP in and he buys back they are like fighting outside their base. So I think
Right.
You don't really
So
know where he is, right? Like you think he's bottom, but what if the other 4 heroes are bottom and you run into
Yeah,
them?
then he
You
just
kinda
TPs in
lose.
and then you lose the fight.
Yeah.
But I guess it's still kind of better than sitting in your base, no? Because if you sit in your base, this net worth lead is just gonna extend. You know, you're not really gaining much ground on the map. You're basically crossing your fingers, hoping that Tidebound make a mistake. I mean, if you're in your base, they know exactly where you are. This initiation is gonna be straightforward for them. It's not like you're gonna catch them off guard. I don't know, maybe I'm just kind of... Maybe I just want to see some action, but I don't know about this stay in base situation because it just feels like you're delaying the inevitable.
Okay, can you check out PYW's stash?
Wait, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
He's transitioning into Roshan. Oh, you gotta check it out. He has the cheese and the banner. missing the Aegis.
Wait, who? PYW stash?
Yeah, look at his stash. He has the banner and the cheese. He is literally Roshan.
Oh, his stash, his stash. I was looking on his hero. I'm like, what are you talking about? He suddenly has the size to be Roshan, that's for
he
sure.
does. He's a rock too. They're brothers.
Is Roshan a rock?
Is he not?
I don't know. I thought it was a creature with a very thick hide. That's different from being a literal rock.
We'll check it out when Rosh spawns in 5 minutes. Game's not ending anytime soon.
We might
anyway.
just get there. 8k gold lead basically means nothing. I don't think the win percentage really means anything as well. The DK at the point where he is just shredding heroes and very, very difficult to kill.
Radiant's bottom
You
tower
got that
is
bodyguard
under
from the
attack.
Marcy, you got the Bloodlust.
Wanna force things. This tower is just melt. Black Dragon on top as well.
PYW found here but can't get caught. Nice TP out from him. Oh my god, look at this inventory management from PYW. Watch him in the base. He's like, wait, there's just items littered all around
Oh,
him.
dude, he's trying to make the block of cheese.
Yeah, he did.
Let's go.
He got it?
He got it.
Oh, yo!
Who's it for though? It's Sorlu.
It has to be for low. It has to be for low.
Man was on
Yo,
a
block
mission.
of cheese in my game? Come on. How many times have I said? I have not actually seen this item.
Aren't you glad you woke up?
Yeah, I am. For more reasons than just a block of
Who's
cheese,
taking
brother.
the cheese?
We're watching...
Oh, is it on you?
Wait, what?
Wait, hold on. Hold
Is
on,
it?
guys. Who is taking the block of cheese?
I
I wouldn't mind it on you. He is
It's new,
important.
yeah.
He's probably the most important hero.
Yeah. So for those of you who aren't familiar, understandable because it's very rare in the games, they don't even have a tooltip icon for it, but basically it gives you kind of like a safety bubble situation, but it's a 500 HP shield. So it's called Savory Shield. It does sort of, you know, if you take some damage, it takes a while to regenerate, but still a nice chunk of, you know,
Oh
additional
my God.
HP.
This is the
dear.
fight, guys. This is one rune.
We've been talking about this for ages at this point. I don't...
You have DD, but you don't have Aegis. Do you hit high ground? I feel like he can go 2-shot bottom tower. Oh my god.
True.
Right, Shiro. Is it time? Dude, now that you mentioned the shield's only 500, I feel like it's so mid.
Yeah, right? It sounds like this whole huge thing that's gonna turn the tide of the game, but it's actually not even that serious. I can't believe PYW has been just kind of gearing up to assemble that the whole game though. That's kind of based.
If you
It's
play
thinking for
long
the
game
long term.
enough. The Chinese, if anyone knows late game, it's them. It's the region.
Them or maybe Southeast Asia, both regions we're intimately familiar with. I mean, some of these players are Southeast Asian after all.
Buck has Eternal Shroud queued up. Interesting.
I mean, he got it just now on the Bristleback as well. Maybe just an item that he finds value in. He's seen the work that Magic Resist has done for others.
That's true.
right?
No
You know what I
unwavering
mean?
condition, I'll make my own.
Yeah, I need some Magic Resist. Put me on that shit, brother.
And it being annoying. What sort of hoodwink have? There's some cool items. Octarine, Kaya, Yasha. This is my kind of game. My kind of guy.
Let's spam those spells.
Break coming up next. Level 28. The Seer Stone. A nice rock throw. Geodude would be proud.
True, Brock would be so pleased. You can join his gym.
Gamma gym. No one wants to join Brock's gym. The noob gym.
I'm Relax.
Kuna being trolled.
Oh, what the hell? Okay, Pulverize up. They want to fight outside the base. They found Bach bursting down the Marcy, and that's a good first pick to get. They can get the buyback TP into the outpost. Shiro starting to lay in the damage. They can't survive up against its physical, and they need to back up. The egg will scare them off, though. They couldn't connect on some of these auto attacks. The rupture on Shiro, they'll buy their time.
That's the Marcy buyback. It went down so fast. Shiro was also in the god spot. Literally no one can touch him where he was. We'll pop the refresher now. They want to go. They think there's no egg, but Paulson has a refresher, doesn't he? Let me check.
I
No,
guess
he
it
does
doesn't
not.
really matter.
Okay, no egg.
Roshan Banner not needing 3 to make the creeps invulnerable. They can't clear this wave. Looks like this Rex will just go down. Nothing to stop Shiro unless Neo decides to go in. Popping the BKB's low in the duel again. Trying to punch through the Dragon Knight, but he's a bit too tanky. An unwavering condition, if you will, the toss back. Onto nothing to say. They found the Nature's Prophet and they bust him down. Looks like the control from the Power Rise was enough to keep Shiro away. He couldn't do any damage. Now XM still looking for another setup. That Light Strike array not gonna land, but I don't know whether you can afford to chase up to the high ground. This is still the dire stronghold here. They can buy back TP in on Nature's Prophet at any time, and I'm sure Xtreme Gaming are well aware of that. But all things considered, only a PYW buyback for that result. That's not too bad at all.
I don't know how meme this sounds, but I would actually like Nothing to Say to change his item build and go red.
Okay. What does that look like, you think?
I feel like right now he's not able to fight. It feels like the fight's just way too hard for him. One spell and die.
That's true. That's kind of been the story of his whole game, though.
Yeah, he's just been hitting creeps, high net worth, but I feel like he needs some satanic in there. But what do you really change?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering, right? Because you're like saying, okay, let's change his net worth to be more rat focused. Like, what does he get?
Some egg refresher here and abuse the Seer Stone. You get double root. That sounds kind of cool.
True. Yeah, actually.
The Seer Stone gives you vision, right? So you definitely hit both Wrath of Nature.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, you're absolutely right. Just need to time that up. That kind of feels like pitiful compared to some of the damage that he's doing. I mean, it's not like he can't do damage. If he can connect with these auto attacks, he's actually doing quite a significant amount. We saw it earlier as well.
It does do damage. It's just really hard for him to survive. It feels like as soon as someone sees him, he dies.
Yeah.
That's why it's felt like.
The support effect, smoke move out here from Xtreme Gaming. They've left their base, cleared the creep waves, fixed the lanes, and are on the hunt. We are taking over to the 80-minute mark, folks. This is definitely the highlight match for today. Oh, a TP out. That's a decoy though. Oof. They will know someone is there. Yeah, that's the information that the Hoodwing Axe gives you. And Shiro holding the high ground now. Is this something they can afford to run into?
Scanning the Tormentor. Paulson might try to walk up for a D-ward here. He has to be scared.
Don't do it.
Stone.
Oh, the timing. If the Dragon Knight could sort of come down a little bit more, it would have been a very different story. Now, there is an Aeon Disc on this Phoenix. Nature's Prophet has just TP'd to the top lane, and now they're on the 6th Roche of the game. 6 Roche, everybody. Say hello to Roche number 6.
Nothing to say. Here's the roar, but it's too hard to TP in. They might want to fight here, even though Aegis is lost.
Yeah, they know exactly where XG are. Can they get the setup? Shiro? Oh, blinks into 5 heroes. I don't know whether that's what he wanted. Pulverize now. Starting to beat into the Dragon Knight. Ruptured up, but he's healing up big time with auto attacks.
Nice
in big trouble, and that Bloodseeker is going to go down. They need to buy back and come back in to the outpost. But can they survive for long enough on XG? Doesn't seem likely. Shiro is completely fine. We'll just refresh. They're losing big numbers here. XM gonna go down and ultra kill for Nothing to Say. As in comes New trying to salvage the fight. They will finally get back as PYW as well. Stunning up the Dragon Knight, but they can only hold him away for so long. It's a dieback for Low. It's a dieback for Peloson. And they need to escape on Tiny to have a chance. No Force Staff, no Wind Waker. And he will go down. It's just XM and New here.
This game's gonna look like a 2-0. Dude, that was so good from Nothing to Say. He tipped it in the back line to what looked like a totally unkillable egg. He kills the egg and he's just in the middle doing so much damage away from the Bloodseeker who had Basher finally. So Like you say, the double BKB playing off, hitting for the full
Enjoy
10
the
seconds. I want to see how much damage he did in that fight.
Oh, that is cool. The PSG LGD voice line to enjoy some Dota. I don't know whether Xtreme Gaming will be enjoying anything other than the lower bracket. What a ton of events here. 2 games in a row, Tidebound, facing the end of the line, will hang on with pure grit and turn things around on the back of an amazing performance by Shiro's Dragon Knight. He'll put them to the curb and dismiss their former carry. What a performance here, Tidebound. This is looking like the team to watch for this qualifiers.
Man, what a game.